Oh, hello there. As you can see, I am now a sophisticated adult after only 7 years in the Temple of Time. You ever wonder that? You ever wonder how old Link is after the whole 7-year skip? Man, like anime time skips? I know video game time skips. That's what I knew as a kid. You think back on that and think like, oh man, yeah, he was probably 10 years old, he became 17. That's an adult, right? Full of responsibility and ready to take on the world, knows exactly what they're doing with their lives. And then you hit 17 and you realize, wait, things don't feel very different. And then you hit 18 and 19 and 20, and this whole time you're just like, Link did all of this at 17? I don't know, 18, whatever he was. Point is, Link's a very, very responsible lad, and he's still a kid on the inside. Welcome back to Ocarina of Time. If you're watching this on YouTube, it may have been a while since the last VOD. Didn't plan it this way, but skipped 2 stream uploads in a row. I have good reasons though. Monday was a little charity stream with some friends. Doesn't really make as much sense if it's not live, but if you were there, hope you had a good time with it. Playing Star Fox 64 with crowd control, that was a fun time. I might do that again someday, but for now, we're doing a different Zelda, a different Ocarina of Time, a different Nintendo 64 game. I can words, I can speak. And I wanted to begin with something new. We just got a new channel point redemption. I have the guide for this game up. Quick repeat of what I just said a second ago. The guide for this game was super cool because it was written like a storybook in the third person. And the redemption is to have me read a page from the book, and wherever I am in the game, that's where I'll read from. So we got one right away. Good way to remind ourselves of what just happened. Look at this beautiful, beautiful artwork. This is the other cool thing about guides. They also doubled as art books. A little summary of what just happened in Link's chaotic life. Let's read from here. As Link approached the castle, he caught sight of Impa spiriting Zelda to safety. They were being pursued by Ganondorf, the dark figure from Link's nightmares. Using the stones, Link entered the Temple of Time and pulled the Master Sword from the pedestal. Lurking in the shadows was Ganondorf, waiting for the future hero of time to unlock the Sacred Realm. With the Triforce within reach, Ganondorf pushed Link aside and harnessed its power for his own evil gain. 7 years later. When Link opened his eyes, he immediately sensed that something was different. He lay in the Chamber of Sages before Rauru, sage to the Temple of Light. Rauru explained that Link was in fact the hero of time, but when he had pulled the sword from the stone, he had been too young to wear the mantle. His spirit was contained in the temple for 7 years until he was able to wield the Master Sword and dispel the evil from Hyrule. Link felt his face, and then he felt his abs, and then he felt his butt, and then he felt his legs, and looked down at his hands. He was no longer a little boy. He was now a man. But while Link had slept, Ganondorf had stolen the Triforce and become King of Evil. Yeah, good job, Rauru. Nobody could stop him. With the aid of Sheik, protector of Hyrule, Link had to gather the power of the sages and drive Ganondorf into the void forever. I always comment on this in magazines. Remember when they actually had to take pictures of screens and scan them into guides? That's funny to me. You can tell these are photos. They're much better quality photos than like guides from the NES era, but still. After the long sleep following his fateful meeting with Ganondorf in the Temple of Time, Link found himself in an altered world. Here it seemed that evil shadowed every corner, and the carefree Hyrule of his youth was nowhere to be seen. I'm not sure how carefree it is. You know, you had like sleepy farmer dudes and the responsibility of hatching eggs. Tisk tisk. Link set out to face far greater peril than he could have ever imagined as he searched. Looked like a bee. Bee searched for the sages who held the key to rescuing the land. In the end, he would travel across Hyrule from the Forest Temple to Ganondorf's castle. Spoilers. Would his new skills and magic be enough to save Hyrule? He could only hope. Now you're a man! A man, man, man! Now you're a man! A moony man! Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome on in, Shark. How you doing? Everybody. Sorry, I was in the middle of something there. Let's start the game. I'm 17. I don't know crap. Sounds about right. That's the reason that Link doesn't speak. He doesn't want to sound stupid. Fair, I can relate. Alright, so where are we in the game? We just became an adult. I got Epona back from Ingo. And we're back at the Temple of Time. We gotta go to the Forest Temple. Fastest way to do that is, I think, just walking over to Kokiri Forest, I suppose. Right, I saved at Link's house, but because this game starts you at the Temple of Time. Oh, man. How did we ever tolerate that back in the early days of gaming? Not actually saving where you were. I haven't played this game for a week. For all I know, I might not have been playing for months. Yeah, at least we got Epona, though. Da-da-da. Now I found out that you can use the D-pad for C buttons in this ship of Harkinian. So that's really handy. Still doesn't feel like an N64 controller, but that makes the Ocarina playing a lot better. Where are we in the game? Oh, you know, Shark. I think I forgot. It's been a long time. Yo, Pikachu, ready for some eggs and milk? As you know. Best part of Ocarina of Time, just being a little farmer, dude. The signs were there all along for the Link marries Mallet. Link marries Talon. I don't know about that timeline. The Link marries Melon timeline. He's just a little rancher boy at heart. Hey-ya! Hey-ya! Where am I going? Oh, hi, Big Po. Nothing I can do about you. You get to live. Look, a chicken hatched from the egg you were incubating. Nobody saw that. I didn't fail my jumps. No, sorry. I'm a chicken father once again. It's just like old times. Beautiful. Shark, we just read the guide. It's my fault. It took 10 freaking minutes to even get to the redemption. I put a cooldown on that, but I might have to make it a little bit more. They kept Link in the Sacred Realm, not letting him experience the world for 7 years. Child development nightmare. Link is absolutely stunted. I feel like he just never learned how to speak. Clearly, that's what happened. Nuts. Which nuts? These nuts. Alright, we're in Kokiri Forest. I think that's a good place to read the guide now. I can only guarantee I'm gonna read like one paragraph though, because I don't want to take too long. Remembering, this is actually a little bit further than where I am. You know what? This is a preview. Sacred Forest Meadow. It was Sheik who first suggested that Link move on to seek the first sage in the Forest Temple. Navi insisted on reminding him as well. So Link, who was now the hero of time, set out for the Lost Woods and the Sacred Forest Meadow. He wasn't surprised to find that even in the woods, things had changed. Remembering his first trip to the center of the Lost Woods, Link retraced his winding route under the eaves. Soon he came to a junction where Meadow, the Kokiri bully, guarded the path. Dun dun dun! Let's get to there, shall we? Ain't nothing for me here. Everyone's hiding. It's a good thing that all these Deku scrubs and Babas don't know how to use doors. Well, the scrubs. The Babas are kind of just rooted to where they are. Imagine Deku Babas that just walk around on little, like, plant root feet. Like Piranha Plant from Smash. The guide's still up. I always thought that they should have made one of the skins for Piranha Plant into the Deku Baba. The D's Baba. The Baba is you. Baba ba. Baba ba ba. Ow, ow, ow. Don't throw shields at me. Shields are for defense. Yeah. Alright, what voice did they give Meadow? I should have remembered this.
you? Though you wear Kokirish clothing, you can't fool me. You're an imposter. I promised Saria I would never let anybody go through here.
Oh? Don't you recognize me? It's your old pal. Look, it's not my fault that I grew up big and strong and you grew up into a big old idiot. I'm sorry, that's mean. Here, you want a chicken? Oh, whoa, that's not a chicken. Mr. Chicken, can Chat go to the bathroom? I'm sorry, Shark. The hall pass is out. You gotta wait until whoever has it comes back. I don't know who has it. If you have it, raise your hand, because I don't know who took it. You're supposed to ask me first. Shark, thanks for asking, though. Nice 8th Peachy Dreams. Trying to hit Navi, hit a chicken. Oop! It's okay. I'm just in the way.
That melody? Saria plays that song all the time.
How could you possibly know it? It's not like we're in an area that constantly plays it in the background.
Do you know Saria? That song.
Saria taught that song only to her friends and everyone within earshot of the Forest Temple.
Okay, I trust you. When I see you, I don't know why, but I remember him.
Me, look at this man. I'm happy that Rory went through the trouble of making an entire set of clothing for Link's adult size. Do you think he just like constantly kept remaking clothes for him every year or so? Or did he just like leave Link naked until he just finished growing? Hey! Aru's back. You can take the hall pass. Oh, thank you. Alright, Shark, you're out. But be back within 5 minutes, or I'm gonna have to call your parents. There's Spandex. He is wearing tights. That definitely wasn't a thing when he was a kid. You know what always actually bothered me about Link's model? And they actually fixed this in Majora's Mask, too. Give me a second, let me just...
I'll surrender. To make your quest easier, I can enable you to pick up more Deku Nuts, but it'll cost you 40 rupees.
Yeah, sure. I forgot these guys gave permanent upgrades. I'm exploring and finding things even now. It's almost like I'm used to looking at the guide for this stuff. Hi, back. I'm not common. Could have fooled me. Link's clothes are one size fits all, like a kimono. He's just really good at folding. Oh, I see. Just a little extra fabric. That's pretty good, actually.
Knock it off! Leave me alone and I'll sell you arrows!
I can't hold those yet. I'll keep you in mind, though. Drooby-doo. Bok bok! Wow, I see you've learned a little bit of chicken since our last encounter. Very nice. How you doing? Welcome to Zelda. We're heading back through the forest of lost woodiness. And, trying to meet up with our old friend, Saria. Something's happened to her. I don't know what. I mean, I know what. I've played this game a million times, but still. Okay, hold on, before I lose my thought. Because I'm a streamer and this happens. What's always bothered me about Link's model, in both adult and child form... Let me just see if I can get an image. According to all of the official art, dealing with Zelda Ocarina of Time. Do you guys see it? Do you guys notice the difference? Link is supposed to have, like, I don't know what you call that, like some kind of utility belt bandolier across his chest. But it's not on his model. It's just shirt. Like, his model is accurate, save for that. What's up with that? Like, it's a nice little design element to break up his design, and yet it's not there. It wouldn't bother me as much if it wasn't for the fact that they do fix it in Majora's Mask and give him the thing. Did they just forget, or...? I always wondered about that. Maybe, I bet they tried to put physics on it, and they couldn't get it to work in time. So they just scrapped the idea entirely. Probably. I think this way? Well, let's hope I remember. Yes, sir. Any Wolfos in the chat? I do feel a stone of agony. I do be rumbling. A belt sash, yeah. What the hell is this? Oh man, I forgot about these grottos. Why do they look so chromy? Link getting some fast internet up in here. Oh man, I was hoping to spawn on top of the chest. When you do that, Link just like floats into the air. I don't know what this room is supposed to be, but it do be looking funky. A sash for arrows? I mean, it probably does have his quiver on the back. But the front, I'd assume, is where he puts all his other items that would, you know, technically don't fit in there, but they would.
From here on.
Oh, wait. Voice mod updated the other day? Let me know if this sounds like crackly or anything like that.
From here on, we'll be going through some narrow passages. If you take it slow, maybe you can sneak up on some enemies. Use Z-targeting to always look in the proper direction. Set your views about
Oh, did they always look? Did the moblins always look like that? They look a little squished. Only small fairy sounds. That's awesome. I'm happy. I'm happy it was actually not on my side. I thought I messed up something. For the past few weeks, voice mod has been crackly whenever I enable a filter. That's good though. Yeah. They're iridescent walls. Maybe they're crystals. Yeah, maybe that would be very. Oh no! Oh! Didn't take any damage. That's cool. Ah! Oh! Oh! I'm trying to take these guys out in non-standard ways. Wonderful. Every time I go through the forest maze, like, I know the easiest ways to use the hook shot. But in a way, this is like mini Breath of the Wild, where you only see these enemies in this area. This is your time to experiment with them, right? Maybe I just like messing with the moblins because they make funny sounds. Got him in the Deku nuts. Oops, sorry. Archeon 101, welcome on in. Hello. Welcome to the forest maze. It's amazing to see you. Ooh, body fell in the water. That's gonna rot. It'll smell a little bit once he desiccates a little bit. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. It disappoints me. That the moblins are just not in any other part of the game. They're Zelda staples ever since the first one, and yet they're not as iconic in this game. I'm okay with it, though. They're always fun to, you know, just toy with. Through those guys, you know, they are pretty scary. Maybe that's why there aren't in more of the game. Hello? Oh, sorry. What? The motion interpolation's a little weird there. What's up, Sheik?
The fairy tale, this air is true. Its speed seems different for each person, but no one can change it. A thing that doesn't change with time is a memory of younger days. In order to come here again, play the Minuet of Forest.
It's been a week. Y'all aren't used to hearing speeches dialogue. Give it a little bit. Their speech will become a little clearer as time goes on. Ready for frickin' impersonating Kenny from South Park. Oh, you noticed the booty? Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but why the texture for Sheik's booty so defined? The tight suit. That's a tight ninja sneaky suit right there. Again, I'll say it since I said it about Impa, but it was always cool to me that Sheikah were so ninja-like in Ocarina. I always wanted a game where they were more prevalent, and I got my wish. Especially since in Breath of the Wild, you can wear the Sheikah costume. That was cool. You've learned the Minuet of Forest.
Link, I'll see you again.
But don't you want to just fight with me? Oh! You're pretty good in melee. I mean, in melee, relatively, because, you know, everybody's terrible in melee if their name isn't Fox or Marth or Hungry Box. Still, though. Hiya! Wow! Look at this house. It's a nice house. I'm sure the rent isn't too expensive. Here's a glitch about Ocarina of Time. The little, like, shield poke here, it always does the same amount of damage as the last attack you did. So if you do a jump slash, you got a freaking 4 times attack move. And you just spam it like this. Only, unfortunately, some enemies are vulnerable to it. But hey, on the ones it does work on, you just take them out real fast. Alright, so first adult dungeon, y'all. Forest Temple. First dungeon with keys in it. Old Skull tools don't attack you, right? Big step up from little Child Link, but now that I've played this game as an adult, I mean, like, in the real life, I realize how short the Child Link section is. I'm glad you go back to it later, but just goes to show how fleeting childhood is. Uh-oh. I'm still not, like, 100% certain on what voice I want for Sheik. Because I don't know if the Kenny bit is gonna get old anytime soon. Just stop. Ooh. Put out the lights. Hey, who turned out the lights? I'm serious. I can't. Oh, can't I? This is a little silence in the library. Forest Temple. I love the aesthetic in this place. Like, it's a freaking mansion. Wow, what a mansion. Hold on, I have to reconnect my controller. Make sure the motion control's working. Okay. And surprisingly enough, it's not as scary to me as Jabu Jabu's Belly. Of course, you know, it's no Shadow Temple. I still enjoy it, though. And the music? What's that? Y'all heard that modern song that I have a sneaking suspicion takes samples from this music? It's a song that goes like... Y'all don't think it just samples this song? Maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe. And they nerfed the crap out of Marth in Ultimate. He's still decent, but then Lucina just ends up being, ironically, a better version of Marth in that game. It is weird. I was watching some YouTube videos about how how the other characters in Melee work, because you've seen so much. No. First, I was watching this video about actual tournament fights where the finals were decided by like Link versus Donkey Kong. Like, these are actual tournament players who, you know, usually main Marth or Fox. But the funny thing about the way Smart Melee works is you can technically like really, really hard counter, I think, Marth if you play as Link, and then Donkey Kong counters Link. So it's like Melee has gone so far into the meta where it has evolved back into using all the characters. I don't think we'll be seeing that too often, but that's just really funny to me. Blue Bubble, guard against this blue flame with your shield. If you get hit by it, you might get disabled for a little bit, so don't do that. Die. Imagine if your skull had wings, just sprouting out your head. Shadow Storm Rider, don't remind you of the Forest of the Vashta Narada. I will remind people of that Doctor Who episode any day, because it's probably my favorite. Well, the two. Silence in the library and for something forest. There are arrows on the floor. Yes, I do see Navi. Stop maxing, gosh. Mr. Chicken, walking down the street, Mr. Chicken, looking at Link's feet. I mean, those boots do be styling, though. Yellow Pikachu forgot the name of the singer who's a fan of Zelda and referenced the Zelda music in their songs. You mean in general, or were they the ones who made that song? Either way, this is one of the songs that live in my mind rent-free. Not because it's a catchy tune, but because the sound effects are so... Like, what are they? I like to think it's a ghost singing. Meta this, meta that. Have you ever met a knight? When Seto Kaiba starts playing Melee. You know what the real Smash Melee meta is? Not taking a shower so that you distract your enemy's senses with overload. Please don't do that. That's probably against the rules at this point. Because you know, probably enough people don't do it that they have to make a rule against not showering. Da-da. Jeek's a cool character in Hyrule Warriors. Very fun to play. Oh, really? One of these days, I should make it a poll or something. One of these days, I should actually just play the campaign of Hyrule Warriors. How long would you say it is? For anyone who knows. There's a eye switch over there. Oh man, the guide. I'm gonna give y'all a little... No. If you want to hear me read that part of the guide, then you gotta do the redemption. I'm not giving it for free. Never understood why the sacred temple was a temple. You think the level was more Mother Nature themed? Oh, there's this YouTube channel. I think it's Zelda? I've forgotten by this point, but I was watching them a lot when I was playing Age of Calamity, and I want to watch them again. But I remember seeing one video of theirs, like, theorizing what the Forest Temple is, and just looking at the... Just looking at the design of the courtyard and whatnot, they were saying, like, maybe it was actually a fortress at one point. Like, yeah, in parts it looks like a mansion, but like combination mansion fortress where a wealthy family would live and hide out when the eventual war would happen, with the war that like caused Link's family to flee into the Kokiri Forest. Something like that. Interesting to think about. Also, I can't do this yet. Damn it. Get over here.
Get over here!
I'm going back. Heavenly, what's up? Very nice use of the letter I. Heavenly! You spent way too long in this temple. I'm gonna try to do all of this without using a guide, which is funny because I added a redemption to have me read the guide. But I have had so much of this game burned into my mind from playing it over the years, as well as reading the guide over and over. If I could have played this game blind from scratch, maybe I should have, but that's a childhood that I'll never know. Hope you're enjoying this game. If you're playing it for the first time, welcome on in. My name is Chris, and I play Nintendo games, and I apparently I read the guide out loud. All right, we're in the Forest Temple, right? Let's read a page from that. Ooh, I haven't even gotten there yet. The Forest Temple. From his first step inside the temple, Link sensed ominous forces gathered to thwart his quest. The ancient temple itself held mysteries behind every door, and Link felt watchful eyes as he moved forward. But as much as he wanted to turn back, Link knew that Saria needed his help, and he pressed on into the gloom. Hoo-hoo. I forget if it's this guide or something I watched that expanded on, like, why this temple would be here. But maybe it's that video I was talking about earlier. Or maybe it's just pages that I've read on GameFAQs for, you know, back in the day. Looks more like a mansion than a temple. Yeah! Like, people lived here. You have to wonder, like, did somebody commission this building to get made, I wonder? It's fascinating, it is. Is there water in here? There is. Egg! Bitty Melon, well, come on in. What's up? How's it going? It's Saria's summer home. You don't know how much money she got saved in the bank account, considering the Kokiri don't grow up. Spoilers, but also, you know, you saw Meadow. You saw the other Kokiri kids. Considering the Kokiri don't grow up. Maybe she's just been working a job for 50 years. Y'all didn't know you could just sneak past the Skulltulas. Oh!
Oh no!
I'm not trapped here in here with you. You're trapped in here with me! A manor or keep? A keep seems the most likely. I forget. I need to watch that video again. I forget, like, among the theories. One of the things that... Actually, I should go back in the previous room to point it out. Ooh, you got the nut. That's not a map. Maybe the map is inside the nut. Press start to look at it. Check this out. One of the kind of evidences for being some sort of battlement or keep is that if you look here, like, assuming this is outside, like, they got, what are those called, ramparts or something? The designs on the sides of the wall that are meant for archers to take cover behind if it ever gets attacked. That's what that's for. That's why castles are shaped like that, basically. So, assuming those are practical and not just decorative, then this is a place that they expected to have to defend. Interesting to think about.
Nut! 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 Bum ba bum ba-dum.
Nice bucket, Squidgy Bump. You get that from the KFC, Kentucky Fried Crisp. Beautiful. Alright, what can I do from here? I think I lowered... I realized I just totally missed the gold Skulltula from the earlier room. I'm gonna have to go back. So I lowered the water, which means I should be able to go into the well over there. I'll get you someday. Ooh! Y'all never notice you can deflect Deku nuts. Just been watching a lot of Ocarina of Time videos on YouTube. It's almost as if they're recommending them to me lately. There's a part of the Zelda Ocarina speedrun that, you know, no arbitrary code execution, no warping speedrun, where you fight the Iron Knuckle in the Spirit Temple, and you're Adult Link, and you have to use a Deku Stick to defeat it? And I'm like, how do you use a Deku Stick as Adult Link? That's part of the swordless glitch, right? Man, if you're doing that at the point of... If you're doing that at the point of the Spirit Temple, I wonder... Like, what? How does that run even work? Did the bucket not work? It worked. I saw it earlier. This is a bucket. Try not to use it if the bucket's already on screen, though. Sometimes it messes up like that. The timer should disallow that, but, no, sometimes OBS does not obey. Maybe the reality of Hyrule changes with Link's thoughts. When the hero is born, the world simply appears around him. So, so that's just the plot of Link's Awakening, right? Plot of Link's Awakening. The world just exists for the hero. I love games that explore that concept. The NPCs becoming self-aware. Well, I'm back here. What did that do for me? NPCs realizing, why don't I have any memories before this point? Is everything just a farce? A ruse? A child's plaything? Chibi Gamer, what's up? Welcome. How's it going? We're ocarinaing, we're timing, playing the Forest Temple, theorizing about what it could possibly be. I say, here's what I say. After Link rescues Saria, we remodel this place, get it all cleaned up, hire an exterminator to clean out the Skulltulas. And, oh, wait, have I been here yet? I think I have. I gotta pay attention. According to the map, rooms that I have been are blue. Okay, let's try the right. Oh, wait, actually, I got a key. Didn't notice. If y'all watch me play earlier Zelda games on stream, this happens too often for me to admit. But a lot of times, I'll be lost in a Zelda dungeon being like, I've explored everywhere. How come I don't know where to go anymore? I opened every door. And it's usually me forgetting that I'm locked by a locked door and I picked up a key. So I'm glad I noticed this time. The world goes through puberty. Sounds about right. It did change. Chibi Gamer just finished watching Spirited Away. Oh man! You know, I need to actually watch that. I remember when it was new and like Best Buy and every place would have it playing on all the demo TVs. But for some reason, that's one of the Ghibli movies I haven't watched. I do love Ghibli though. Back when I was in college, oh man, this room. Motion sickness warning, I suppose? Or vertigo, maybe?
This corridor's all twisted.
Nice observation, Navi. Ooh. That is impressive. On the N64, I wonder how this room works, like from the code. Back in college, we would actually have Ghibli nights on For Shadows the Monsters. How dangerous could they possibly be? Ghibli nights, like every week. Hosted in one of my friend's dorm rooms. Die. Unhand me, you foul cretin. Among the movies we watched during those nights, I know we watched Howl's Moving Castle. We watched Kiki's Delivery Service. We also watched Castle in the Sky. Those were the days when you actually had time after school to just hang out with your friends or whatnot. Alright, okay, this is a little... I can't really progress until I get the bow and arrow. I gotta remember where that is. It's almost like I could look at the guide that's in front of me. But I will resist. For now. Ghibli, my beloved. Question for the chat, what's your favorite Ghibli movie? Or Hayao Miyazaki movie? I'll accept answers like Lupin the Third, Castle of Cagliostro, that's for sure. Oh, read the guide for this area? I guess I will read the guide. I'll take this opportunity to, see if there's anything I've missed. Okay, y'all remember guides like this where you had to, like, put a number on the screen and then kind of match it to what's happening in the game? Let me see, I haven't been to the north area yet. Twin Stalfos. Passing straight through the central chamber, Link climbed the steps. Beyond the first door, a skull-like bubble rushed at him, but he was ready with his hookshot. Oh, you know what I did? I think I went in that room where I got the map, and then I turned back, and then I kept going back. I need to make sure I explore the area fully. Oops. In the next room, two furious Stalfos attacked in tandem. Link had to be careful to keep up from being caught between them. He hammered away with his sword. When he defeated them at last, small fairies appeared and healed his wounds, and a treasure chest with a key materialized. Spirited Away, Ponyo. Ponyo is definitely one of those later ones that because, you know, I only really watched Ghibli movies during that college night. Those college nights. I never actually watched Ponyo either. Bubble? It's just like the movie, the TV, the thing predicted. Stop. Y'all, if you ever had a hard time with Stalfos, here's one way to deal with them. Jump attack slashes for life, baby. Haha. World record. If there wasn't the fact that speedrunners have probably perfected this room to a T. Did I get the entrance key? Oh, you know that's the first thing I did. This is definitely one of those games where if I don't immediately follow my muscle memory path, then I throw my entire play session off. Never underestimate. That's not what I meant to take out. Never underestimate the crouch slashes. They are strong. They're just a little hard to aim. Your favorite is Kiki's for how relatable it is? It's very interesting. You know, back when you watch movies in college and, you know, you hear opinions from so many people. Are some of them wrong opinions? I'm not saying. I'm just saying that if opinions were wrong, sometimes they'd be it. And one of them is like, oh man, I hate Kiki's Delivery Service. There's nothing happens in that movie. What? Like, how can you ever say that? It's not a movie about big old fights or world conflicts or anything like that, sure. But like, that's one of the movies that shows you that movies don't have to be about that. Movies can be about slices of life and yeah, being relatable, and I think that's so cool. I do love Kiki's. It is one of my favorites for sure. Again, if we're counting movies like Castle of Cagliostro though, you know, I might be cheating a little bit. Lupin the Third! Archeon says it would make sense for the castle to be a refuge camp for Hylian victims. There was a war when Link was born. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, one theory is that this may be where Link's family either stayed or came from before they dropped Link off with the Kokiri. Most favorite Ghibli movies are My Neighbor Totoro, Grave of the Fireflies. You watch one fairly regularly and another when you like being sad. Oh. I don't think the Totoro one is the sad one. It's almost sad. Again, talking about movies don't have world scale conflicts. It's hard to even say what the conflict is in Totoro. You take your second grade English class, like, oh, a story has a conflict, a resolution, a denouement, whatever that is. Totoro is just like, it's a movie about a silly forest creature, and then at the end a child almost goes missing and then they find her. So I guess that's a conflict. Besides that though, there's not much to worry about. Just a nice cozy movie. Did y'all know that the dad in My Neighbor Totoro was voiced by the creator of Earthbound, Shisagato Itoi? He's not even a voice actor. He was just a friend of Miyazaki, I think. Like, hey, do you want to do a voice? You want to be the dad? He's like, yeah, sure. He was, yeah! Creative Earthbound right there. It surprises me how much stuff that Itoi is involved with. Like, to this day, he still makes Earthbound merchandise because he technically owns the rights to Mother and not Nintendo. He was the voice actor for that. There's other things, but I can't remember them on the tip of my tongue. Yeah. Lemonade Cafe likes The Cat Returns. Why not The Bunny Returns? Denouement for that brings back memories. When was the last time you ever heard that word? Want to be a dad? You have a good dad voice. Oh, you know, that's my life dream. This? Oh, wait. Oh, have I been using frickin'... Oh, I'm using the wrong button to turn on the filter. That's the show the browser button.
This? This is the same torch we saw at the entrance to the temple, isn't it?
I wonder if that's any significance, Navi. Hello? Servos! Alright, Mr. Skullman, I got you. Bada boom, bada bing, bada ba. Oh, we gotta fight two more? Ain't no skin off my nose. Imagine if they were invisible, though. Come at me, bro. Come at me. If anything, I feel like they're easier to fight when you don't use Z-targeting. Because watch, this is what happens when most people fight Stalfos. Y'all just kinda circle around. Just wait for them to do something like that. I mean, it works. Oh man, I think it's mentioned in this guide. But one of the things they did with this game, hold on, let me mention that in a second. We got the fairy nut. Why is everything I get a nut? Somebody quote that. Katy Chow, welcome to me grabbing a nut out of this chest. Distant Hollow, welcome back. Long time no see. Katy Chow, thanks for the raid. I remember you. What were you playing today? How was three houses? How's it going? I heard you were playing more of Golden Deer. Did you? But maybe you stopped that route? I'm not sure. I wasn't there for much when I saw you on Origination stream. How's it going? Wait, did you raid Origination and then you streamed again? Wait a minute. Is this what happened today? Doing some DLC. Oh right, you did say you were on the DLC. Yeah, I hope it was going well. Welcome to Ocarina. A true Zelda game. By many people's accounts. Hee hee, ho ho, ha ha. Is it my account? I don't know. I plead the fifth. We're just talking about game design in this Zelda. I just absolutely kicked some Stalfo's ass, which is difficult because they're like bones. There's like no ass to kick. You gotta really, you know, maneuver your sword around to find the ass. Welcome, hope you're doing good. If you don't know me, I'm Chris. I play Nintendo games, and I do the voices out loud, usually. But Ocarina at a Time, one of the cool things about the fights and how Z-targeting was invented, and you can see it being like all cinematic, it was inspired by, I think, Miyamoto and Aonuma and other development team members watching like Japanese theater where like it played out fights and everyone had to like pretend it was a movie or a play about samurai, and they'd have to stage a fight where one samurai beats up an entire group of bad guys. You know, you look at that and you notice, and you'll notice this in movies too, even though the hero is outnumbered, the enemies just are very nice to the hero and only ever attack him one by one. And that's how Z-targeting was invented. When you lock onto an enemy, it's like they don't... Whatever enemy you're not Z-targeting is programmed to avoid you because it's the turn of whoever... Oh, you know what? Actually, it's bow time. It's the turn of whoever's being targeted. That was clever. That's like what I love about game design. People come up with solutions like that by getting inspired. Like heck. But sorry, tangent. How's it going? First stream of the day? Oh, I guess you were just popping in the origination stream earlier then, Chaotic. Yeah. Twilight Princess, best Zelda. Oh, I did stream Twilight Princess not too long ago. Not too long ago. I had a happy time with it. I'm running out of 3D Zelda games to play though. I had to like take note of which ones I haven't played yet on stream. I've played Majora's Mask, I played Wind Waker, I played Twilight Princess on stream. As far as 3D Zeldas, that's most of them. We're just heading through the forest temple right here, right now. Blade Vancer, welcome on in. When did I turn up the lighting on my model? Oh, you know, a couple of weeks ago now. Surprisingly, I've had this effect since, I want to say... Can I nut? Can I nut? Am I allowed to nut? Get out here. Did y'all know that Deku Nuts reveal pose? I bet you didn't. I didn't either. I just kinda... I've had this lighting effect on my model ever since... Halloween. Because I put it on there for all the scary games with the darkness and the lighting and the jump scares and the hoy maven. It just never occurred to me to turn it on for games that weren't scary. It's really good for this temple though. Like, look at this. I look at the fire. I look at the wall. I look at the fire. Oh, that's so nice. That's cool. It's so bright, it hurts my eyes. We're just talking about our favorite Zeldas, apparently. Miss Winerib, when did you come on here? Doing the DLC? I see. Getting distracted by all the facts I'm talking about Ocarina at a Time. But this is definitely one of those games that inspired me to start thinking about game design in ways more than just being a gamer, you know? It's near and dear to my heart. And again, like, people will say whether or not other games have outclassed Ocarina at this point. And I'm not gonna disagree with them on principle. But for its time, man, this game had a lot going for it, don't you think? Oh yeah, Deku Nuts. That's what we were talking about. Deku Nuts are how you can cut down and wait for enemies. If an enemy is guarding, chances are you can Deku Nut it. Yeah, that's something. When I played this game as a kid, and I'm sure a lot of people played this game this way. Water. They drank water. Thank you. I will have a drink. Maybe it's because of the 3-item on the C button limit. I just never use the Deku Nuts. You guys think I should make Deku Nut into one of the throw items? That would actually make too much sense. I won't do it unless somebody redeems that. Add a new throw item, though. Imagine if when it gets thrown, it just... lights up the entire screen. Just never use Deku Nuts past being a kid. They're useful items. I was gonna say, this is basically going to be the run where I actually make an effort to use Deku Nuts. And see how useful they are. And see how many gripes people had about Ocarina of Time back in the day that just get invalidated by using more Deku Nuts. Beautiful. Nut! Thursday Adams! Well, well, well. Look at that timing. New throw item, Deku Nut? I'm sure that's easy enough to find. Alright, while I go look for this transparent PNG, I'm gonna ask this to chat. Does anybody have a... Does anybody... Raise your hand if you know of a streamer who has an emote of a Deku Nut. And it's maybe something like streamer prefix D's or streamer prefix Nut. I've seen them around on Twitch. I just wonder how many of them are out there, you know? Let's crowdsource this information, because I bet it's probably not a small amount. Alright, open up. Oh, that's not the button. Y'all got some free throws. Hold on, let me open up Twitch integrated throwing system. Import model. Banana for scale. This one. What's going on here? Oh, not model, import PNG. Here we go. And D's nut. What does it look like? That's a nut. A little big. This is a little bit of a big nut. Scale that down. There. Now don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. I actually gotta configure it. Kinda wish there was a faster way to do it. This is what we got. There's one. There's two. There's three. And there's four. Beautiful, mate. Alright, let's test it. Ow. 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 Oh, actually, I think I saw one? Is that it? Is it not going? What's going on here? Oh, there it is. Man, these nuts are rare. You found a small key. This nut will open a locked door. This is just the nut run. Everything's a freaking nut in this game. Small key. Ooh, I can go back through this area. You got two of the ghosties. Oh! No! Man, nuts are rare. Chimkin for scale. Yo, banana though. Banana's one of the defaults. I wonder if you can use... Yeah, you can use Twitch integrated throwing system with anything. You just manually define in... You see that outline there? You just manually define in the program where your image is, and it'll throw there. The coolest thing about using it with V2 Studio, though, specifically, is that it actually... You'll notice when it throws, it actually collides with the model and, like, hits it. Knocks it back a little bit. That's my favorite part. Love getting money from those guys. Makes me want to go back to a previous part of the game and spend it all on something. Oh man, another place where I need a key. Alright, I'm coming back later. But now I got the fairy bow, so a lot of the dungeons back open to me. Man, I actually really like the dungeon design in Ocarina of Time. Just thinking about this dungeon, it's not super linear. But in your mind, you're still putting together the little spots where you get stuck. And you make a mental note for later, like, oh, I gotta get some sort of item for this. I know I saw like an eye switch here, an eye switch there. I think this and Twilight Princess do a good job of balancing the amount of backtracking and exploring you have to do in a dungeon. Wind Waker, and to some extent Majora's Mask. Not as bad in Majora's Mask, though. The dungeons feel a little linear. With Majora's Mask, what helps is the fact that, like, you're probably looking through the entire dungeon just to find the little stray fairies. So there's other objectives than just do a linear dungeon. They're not even that linear in Majora's, just more linear than Ocarina. The frame rate seems high. Ah, yeah. Also, Arcan, welcome on in. 60 frames per second. Y'all just noticed, huh? Oh, yeah. You know, I probably should have said, if you've barely come into the stream of me playing this is like my 4th stream of this so far. I am playing a new version of Ocarina of Time. It's called Ship of Harkidian. Harkidian, you know, the king from CDI Zelda.
My boy, this peace is what all warriors strive for.
Beautiful, beautiful key. You got the boss nut. Now you can get inside the chamber where the boss lurks. I gotta fix that bug. Huh. Ship of Harkidian. It's a PC port of Ocarina of Time, made by fans who decompiled the entire game and just natively ported it to PC. It's really cool. It runs the game at 60 frames per second. It lets you activate like Game Shark codes, mods and whatnot. And I saw some progress in the Discord for this. They ended up getting crowd control to work, and they're probably working on stuff like multi-world. Can't guarantee that, but I bet they are. And y'all, if you want more news about this, go to their YouTube channel and watch their videos called Ship of Harkidian Directs. Yeah, you know, they copied Nintendo a little bit there. You know what? If you go to their YouTube channel right now, on July 13th, as I am streaming this, there is a direct scheduled for tomorrow at 3 o'clock Pacific time. Oh, hi, Wallmaster. Are you the one that splits into other hands? Yes, it is. I hate you. Don't grab my face. Watch out, watch out. These ones suck. Wall masters. Floor masters? I forget. I should have checked it. The hands that just walk around on the floor. They split into 3 smaller ones, and if you let it grab you, it just grows back to big. It becomes the big hand. Ooh hoo hoo. So yeah, this is it's a really good version to play. It's a little buggy still, but I have been liking it so far. It's very smooth. Speaking of smooth, Origination coming in with that smooth raid. I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons in a land of parts. Why does it sound like frickin'
Come to the land of the ice and snow where the moonlight clouds and the midnight. Oh!
Ori category, distant hollow welcome. Well, maybe you didn't come on in with the raid, but nice cat jam. Origination, welcome on in. Shadowy Jack, what is up? So Sapphire, long time no see. Eric, nice wishing. War Masters are the splitting ones. Welcome to Ocarina of Time Shift of Harkidian. I just finished explaining what this is, but it's a PC port of the game that runs at 60 frames per second, and it's really cool. That's all I need to say. Hopefully, that's all I need to say. How's it going, everybody? Ori, how far did you get in Spyro the Dragon? Y'all, Origination was playing it for the very first time. Never played it when you were little, huh? I only ever played the demo on the PlayStation demo discs when I was a kid, so, you know. Yeah, when the trilogy came out, I played the first game, and that's also my experience. I haven't played 2 or 3 yet, so I need to get on that. Especially with both you and Drewby playing it. Like, heck yeah. Hope you had a fun time. Hope the, wasn't a little, too grating on your ears. Yeah. Wondering when the enemy drops for 3D models. Oh, you noticed that too? Yeah. That's one of the options you can put on. Just little mods like that. Nice eye, Blade Vance. I wonder how many other people noticed. I do wonder if it's causing the bug where the text boxes show the last item you picked up. Call it Oot Special Edition. Oh, really? It's all legal. It's all above board. There's nothing Nintendo can do about this, because this, along with some other recent PC ports that have come out, like the Jack and Daxter PC port, that is the version I'm gonna play. They don't provide any copyright materials, they just decompile the game. Or rather, they remade the game engine, and you have to provide your own ROM, ISO of the files to extract. Right, I should come back in here without the twisted corridor. It's all above board. Same thing as using an actual ripped ROM to play fan translation games, Oot Fan Edition. Please, one of these guys, drop arrows. I say as I use an arrow. Thank you. They listened to me. Ori got through 3 worlds in Spyro. Never played. Ah. Yeah, it's very interesting. Because between watching you and Drew play, I've never actually played Spyro 2. So I'm seeing all that gameplay and looking at all the improvements they made. We were talking a little bit about game design earlier. It's really cool to see how the developers evolve the game with every new release. But yeah, this ain't no randomizer, this ain't no crowd control. I'm just playing through Ocarina of Time for fun and for, the archive on my YouTube channel. When there's voices, I do them out loud if you haven't been on my stream before. With a little bit of voice acting here and there. I can't claim it to be good, but I do claim it to be interesting. Hopefully interesting somebody. And I was going to say something else, and then I forgot. Oh yeah, Spyro. Long story short, I want to play Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I want to continue playing it. Origination, may I ask, are you playing it on PS4 or PC? Because I've heard that there are some issues with the PC version. Because it wasn't designed for 60 frames per second. So, you know, there is a redemption for this, but I'm just gonna do it for free. Because it's one of the things that really made me love the guide for this game. If y'all are in for the first time in a while, I am doing I have the guide open for this game, and the guide has little excerpts that read like a storybook. It's the official guide from Nintendo, and they wrote it in this way where, just take a look at this. Take a look at this. This room where I'm in, it's number 6 here. Beyond the Po where Link won the compass, he found a room with 4 rotating pillars, a flame on a pillar in the center of the room, and an ice-covered eye switch in the wall. Using his new bow, Link waited until he was opposite the switch, and then he fired a bow. He fired an arrow through the flame and into the ice. The ice melted, and the switch activated a twisted corridor. Oh, we got another redemption? Okay, let's read another paragraph. Let's do Pogos. After defeating the 3 Stalfos and receiving the fairy bow, Link moved on to the stairwells. The Po ghosts appeared on paintings on the walls. When Link shot one with an arrow, the Po appeared in another painting nearby. After the Po took 3 arrows, it appeared in its ghostly form, and it took Link multiple hits with his sword to subdue it. After 3 Poes were defeated and their flames appeared in the central chamber, the 4th Po appeared there as well. I've never seen a guy do that. It really made it feel like this was a living world and not just a video game. I would go back and read it after I do the dungeons just to relive my escapades, you know. It was a special part of my childhood, I think. Alright, you know, I could do the thing the guide said, or I could do this. That's right, boys, we're doing non-canon. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Oh wow, that even activates the switch. Huh. A little weird. Oh wait, I have to do this. Ooh, for the fans edition. Never seen any other chicken voice act, so you're the best one in my book. It's a pretty sparse book, but I'm glad to be part of it. Pretty glad. It is a cool guide. I had it as a kid. I know where it is. Stop with the, oh my goodness, analog stick. I know where it is in my parents' house, but it's not in the best condition. The cover of the guide is literally falling off. So I don't take it out too often, or else it will just die. It's a well-loved strategy guide, I'll tell you. So yeah, this is just a basic one of Ocarina. I'll have you guys know that I am not playing with particularly many gameplay mods. I am playing with 2 times damage though, kind of making it like the Master Quest from the 3DS version. I could drop down, or I could open this door up here. See, plenty of PNP and tabletop RPG books take that approach. Not many video games. Oh yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Something like Dungeons & Dragons, maybe. Alright, this is a room I've been in before. You're sad your Pokemon Coliseum guide is basically torn apart, Cactus Marsh. If only we learned to take better care of our things as kids. Oh no. It's this room. Is it here? Okay. Notice the ceiling.
Link, watch out! The ceiling is falling down!
Oh! Ho 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 ho! Living on a prayer. Take my hand. Please don't be timed. We'll make it, I swear. Why can't I? What's wrong with my arrows? Why am I like this? What? Excuse me? I would like to aim at... What is happening? Why am I third person aiming mode? I was gonna go kill that Skulltula, but I guess I can't. I will hope that this resolves itself. I hope. Run and gun, baby. Okay, I'm not sure what's causing that, but I hope if that doesn't fix itself, I might have to reload the game because I can't beat the boss of this dungeon with weird aiming. Okay, we're good. Now that, I'm not sure if that's a bug with Ship of Arcinian or what. But yeah, I was mentioning earlier, the creators of this game have a YouTube channel where they post updates in the form of a Nintendo Direct style announcement. This is a decoy. Get this thing out of here. There's gonna be a new video tomorrow, and I'm wondering what they're gonna put up. I'm wondering what they're gonna announce. Like, maybe bug fixes, but maybe official modding support. I'm hoping they announce, like, official crowd control support. That would be cool. Then I could totally crowd control this game. Maybe I'll talk to Brad about it. Hey, you stop that right now. You're no match for me. You're good, but I'm better. Camera change might have overridden my first-person aiming. Yeah, maybe that specific camera change for that room did something. Natty's gotta go for sleeps. Have a fun time with Ocarina. Have a fun time with sleep, Natty. I know I do. Every night. It may be only a fleeting amount of sleep, but it is still sleep. Have a good one, and hope to see you soon. Deku Nut. Best item. Nut. Yo, next time I get a chance to rearrange my emotes. I've been talking about this, but now that I have a lot of emote slots from Twitch actually giving them to people, I want to have more meme emotes. So, y'all, what do you want as a meme emote? Put in suggestions and I'll think about them. One of them could be a Deku Nut. Oh, it's been overdone though. I asked earlier. I didn't actually look at chat, so I apologize. Of how many people just have these nuts emotes. You know you don't get sleep, you just play Magic all night. That's not true, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! All night. Wait, well, I saw which one was real, but the game didn't let me do nothing about it. This one. That one. I guess you have to use the arrow for this fight. That one. Wanna use the sussy imposter? I'm gonna find out which one among you is the... Okay, you know... Among Us is cool and all, but I can't make an Among Us joke every stream. Gosh, you'd think it'd be getting old or something. Why am I not... It's too late now. Oh. Ascend. Why am I not reading the Navi descriptions for every enemy? That should be something I'm doing. Okay, let me read it from the guide then. The Pogos are actually sisters. There's so much lore that you miss out on if you don't like read Navi's text. Oh no, does this guide not talk about them? Oh, the guide just talks about Pogos. It doesn't say that what their relation to each other is. Oh, that's a little sad. That's fine. That's okay. Magic on the day, Yu-Gi-Oh! At night. You know how it is, Miku. I'm like Batman. Except instead of spending all my money on gadgets and secret caves, I just spend it all on cardboard. Push the wall. How strong do you have to be to, like, move walls like this? They're probably on rollers, you know? Resident Evil puzzle up in here. Hello? Get on the Switch, Link. Make it a Mogus joke every stream. The day I stop, it'll be sus. You got that right, MCJ Sunshine. Also, how's it going? Welcome on in. Lore more like bore. Imagine coming to a ManokAdobo stream, and actually learning things about the game. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I hear the spiders in the walls. It's just like the clown that lives in my walls. Just scritching away. In my mind, in my brain. Da-da-da-da. Wait, you're always down for interesting lore. There you go. I'll take you. How many tokens do I have now? 25. That's a good number. You'll notice that I'm remembering to save more often. You know, ever since the game crashed right after Dodongo's Cavern, I'm not taking any chances. Wait a minute. Hold on, I have to push that back. Chibi Gamer says, if you remember right, the Poe sisters are named after Macbeth characters. Sorry, not Macbeth. What is it then? Hamlet? Frankenstein? Did you all know that the Velvet Room attendants in Persona are named after Frankenstein characters? That's pretty cool. I mean, y'all probably knew Igor, but there's more. But wait, there's more! Little Women. Ah. More like Ghost Women. All things considered, this was a pretty short dungeon. It felt short. Y'all are making it, pass by in the blink of an eye. Alright. I wonder what kind of room this could be. That video I was talking about, they speculated that may have been some sort of bunker where, you know, it's downstairs in a little hidden elevator. Maybe this is where, again, after this place was intended for defense, all the important people would hide out and wait for things to blow over, you know? Or maybe we're getting a raid from Let's Play Jay. Wait a minute! Jay, did you do it? Did you do it? Did you beat Inscription? Oh, is it weird to say that I can't wait for you to be finished with that? Because I feel like I can't watch. I want to play that game on stream at some point, and that's totally my fault. Absolutely my fault. If you did, congratulations. Your like button, we are smashing here for our friend broadcasting. Anyway, we started blasting. Not yet. Okay, soon then. Soon though. From what I hear, the game is amazing, and it's a card game. You know it's right up my alley. Congratulations though. Hope the stream went well. Did y'all have a good time? Harley the Rojo. Let's Play Jay's Alfira. Ganny Mead. Wow. Where's the exclamation point Ganny? I gotta make that a command. How's it going, everybody? Das Fluten is guten. You know it, doobie. Yo, welcome on in. We're playing Ocarina of Time Ship of Harkinian. If you haven't seen it, it's an Ocarina of Time PC port. It runs buttery smooth. Look at how fast he be stabbing. Look at how fast he be stabbing. He's a stabby boy. Raid because we totally beat Inscription. Yeah, of course, Origination. Not that I've heard otherwise. Wilbo, what's up? We're about to beat the Forest Temple, y'all. It looks so nice, and this is a cool game. Y'all should watch me play it. Hello? Worst Company recommends the previous Inscription game? Oh, what game is that? Well, not Inscription game. A game by Inscription devs. Y'all, is there a... going on here? This art gallery is a little sus. Well, I appreciated the art. Guess I can go home. This was a nice free museum tour, but... What? Oh no. Where did you come from? Gammondorp! No. Mans hasn't aged in 7 years. Oh, sorry. Oh. Evil spirit from beyond, Phantom Ganon! Oh. He aged into nothing but bones! He hasn't been eaten well! He nothing but bones! Oh, hi. How's it going? So this fight's a little bit of a shooting gallery if you haven't seen it before. You gotta watch the paintings. Look at this. He's coming through them. What? No, you take me out. You son of a mother. I didn't realize. I forgot he could do that. He's coming from that one. He's also coming from there. Nope, that one's fake. Phantom Ganon. Attack him when he comes out of one of the pictures. Watch out for the fake one. Radley too. Radley, did you make another account? Welcome back. How's it going? Alright, they're right next to each other. Yo! Oh, here we go. It's tennis time, baby. Love for all! Does Navi say something different? Phantom Ganon. It's an evil ghost of the Forest Temple. He comes out of one of the pictures. Answer his magic attack with an attack of your own. You guys want to do this the hard way? Hold on. Daniel Mullins has 3 games. Hex, Pony Island, Inscriptions. Oh, I guess this is the first time you come here, Radley. Well, welcome on in. Hold on, I gotta empty a bottle real quick. Oh, yeah, I gotta keep the nuts equipped. Ganon, I'm sorry, but as a skeleton man, you should understand that calcium is important. Just emptying a nice new bottle for this. Oh, I didn't realize you already cast it. Tennis time. Okay, love 30. This isn't a very good score. This works on Phantom Ganon, right? Yeah, it does. It's just a lot harder to do. Oh boy. Wow, it doesn't even target back at him. I might not be able to do this with the bottle, y'all. The fact that the bottle reflects. Ah, yuck! Well, now I have another empty bottle. I'm gonna try one more time with the bottle. And if I have to use my second fairy, then I'm just gonna use my sword. I want to do it this way, though. It's funny. Okay, y'all. He threw a lob at me. That was too slow. That's against the rules of tennis. Let's get Mario in here. This is ridiculous. Dual wield the bottles. 2 bottles. 1 for each hand. Oh my god, that actually worked. Oh, we might actually do this? This might actually work?
Oh, jeez. No. Does this version of the game have any issues? Yeah, there's been a couple of them. Not too many though. Mostly just little minor graphical bugs. There was a crash at one point when I beat the Dodongo's Cavern, but for the most part it runs pretty smooth.
Hey, kid, you did quite well. But you defeated only my phantom. When you fight the real me, it won't be so easy. What a worthless creation that ghost was. I'll banish it to the place between dimensions.
Taunting me? Where are you, Ganon? Talk to me from outside of your PA system. Face me! Oh, I think he was supposed to disintegrate. He just kind of disappeared, huh? Let's go, Master Bottle. I can't believe I actually did that with the bottle. I've never tried that before on Phantom Ganon. I've only ever tried it on regular Ganondorf. Yeah! Ganon's so nice, training Link to beat him up. If Ganondorf was smart, he would have made a dummy that fought absolutely nothing like him, so that when Link actually fights Ganondorf, it's like, we trained him wrong, as a joke. Besides the minor issues, this game has been well, and they make new versions every day. Maybe the bugs are fixed by now. I need to update, but I'm scared of losing my save. Totally gonna do it with the bottle next time. Do it. Heck yeah. Sorry, what are you doing here? Oh my goodness! And why are you still a kid? What is going on here? If only I had a handy guide to tell me what the situation is. There's so much they don't tell you in the regular game. It's almost like the guide's part of it. Link, thank you. Because of you, I could awaken as a sage. I am Saria, the sage of the Forest Temple. I always believed that you would come, because I know you. No, you don't have to explain it to me. Because it is destiny that you and I can't live in the same world. But you know, do you get internet over here in the Sacred Realm? You gonna be bored? Are you okay with that? I will stay here as the Forest Sage and help you. Now please take this medallion. It's made of your favorite chocolate. Just don't put it in your pocket or else it will melt. I'm sorry. I don't have any other way to hold it. Don't worry, I got refrigerated pockets. Link came prepared. Well. Beautiful, mate. You received the Forest Medallion. Saria awakens as a sage and adds her power to yours. That's a heart container. Saria will always be your friend. Would be so emotional if I got to know Saria outside of like 3 lines of dialogue. But I still feels. My mind filled in the blanks. Link grew up knowing her. It's insane. What is that? Somebody been planting bean sprouts in the ground. Oh! It's a little guy. Friend zoned? I mean, I feel like that's better in this situation, Ganny. Oh. Wait, hold on. Yellow Pikachu found the song I was talking about? Oh, man. You know, I've only ever heard that song. I never knew who made it. Pills. Pills, the name of the song. Thank you, Yellow Pikachu. I'm gonna play like 1 second so I don't get copyright claimed. Not that. Or is that not the song I was talking about? What song are we talking about? Okay, I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Does this sample Ocarina of Time?
I gotta play it from the beginning. Oh, she's a Zelda fan from New York. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. And the more the time goes on, the more I see creators in the professional space being inspired by video games. And kid me would have freaked out like, yes, video games are legitimate. They are entertainment. They are known. Also,
Hi there! I'm the Deku Tree Sprout. Because you and Zelda broke the curse on the Forest Temple, I can grow and flourish. Thanks a lot.
I like the little straw leaf in his mouth.
Hey, have you seen your old friends? None of them recognized you with your grown-up body, did they? That's because the Kokiri never grow up. Even after 7 years, they're still kids. You must be wondering why only you have grown up. Well, as you might have already guessed, you are not a Kokiri. You're actually a Hylian. I'm happy to finally reveal the secret to you.
I mean, Roru could have filled me in, just, you know. Hello? Oh no, I have to read this in the Deku Scrub Tree voice.
Some time ago, before the King of Hyrule unified this country, there was a fierce war in our world. One day, to escape from the fires of the war, a Hylian mother and her baby boy entered this forbidden forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku Tree, the guardian spirit of the forest. The Deku Tree could sense that this was a child of destiny whose fate would affect the entire world, so he took him into the forest. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised as a Kokiri until now, and finally the day of destiny has come.
Kokiri ain't.
Ooh. You are a Hylian, and were always bound to lead this forest. And now, you finally learned your own destiny. So now, you know what you must do. That's right. You must save the land of Hyrule. Now, Link, break all the curses of all of the temples and return peace to Hyrule.
That's a tall order for a kid who just woke up 7 years ago. Can I do it? I hope. Man, why isn't big old Deku Tree open anymore? I can see the seam. Let me in. Big reveal, y'all. Who would have guessed? What can I say about that? As a twist, as far as twists in gaming, is it even much of a twist when I only just found out that Kokiri didn't grow up? Either way, it's just cool. I don't know what I can say about it. I don't really have an opinion. I enjoy this game though, and its story. Malin, best girl. Chibi gamer, why do you have to speak the truth though? What? Let's buy stuff. Because, you know, I'm definitely not gonna run out of money anytime soon. I'm sure Link will return someday. I'm sure he's not dead. Jay's gonna make nachos. Ooh, what you gonna put on it? Hopefully something good. Get some good nachos, Jay. I might want some later too. Usually I put like chili and sour cream and guacamole. It's foreshadowed with Link. In fact, he doesn't have a fairy at the beginning of the game. You know what? That's a good point. All this lore. If this game was made nowadays, I'd bet they'd have so much more lore introducing Kokiri Forest and their traditions and ways. And in a way, it's refreshing that this game starts off relatively quick, but at the same time, what I wouldn't give for a remake of this game that isn't like just a one-to-one remake like the 3DS version. I would love to see the remake that people have been wanting for years, that you'll take the story and pacing to the next level and expand on the lore. It would be a big challenge for Nintendo.
And it would be a lot to live up to, which is probably why they haven't made a remake that wasn't just one-to-one. But oh my god, would it be so good? Look like someone I've seen before. They don't recognize me because they don't know what growing up is. I have to wonder how much the Deku Tree teaches them. Do you think they just have little classes in front of the Deku Tree since Deku Tree can't actually go to them? They just sit in front of them and learn about their arithmetics and the economy 101 and biochemistry. Look, they've been alive for many years. They probably are college level at least. Don't worry, y'all. Link will come back someday. Someday. What do I want to do now? I have the hook shot. I have the fairy bow. Well, I could start big pole hunting. I got some empty bottles, might as well. Link, this is Saria. At first, I didn't want to become the Sage of the Forest, but I'm glad now. Because I'm helping you save Hyrule. Yes, I am. Well, thank you. Means a lot, Saria. That new tall Link in town reminds me of short Link. Oh, look at Pona. She waited dutifully for me. All these years. Chili cheese sour cream? Heck yeah, Jay. Enjoy it. Enjoy the nachos. Someone put some frijoles on there. I'm assuming that chili has frijoles. I'm gonna start finding some big pos. I've got some empty bottles with their name on them. Because when you get all the big pos, you get the last bottle. And it's useful. I need to remember where they are. I remember there's one by this fence. Any big pos in chat? Damn it! How am I supposed to get that one? So, all in Hyrule Field, there are some big pos hiding, and you have to kill them all and bring them to the dude that's like, oh man, chaos would be good in this world if only there was some. Man, that is hard to do even with motion controls. I think he pays you for them too. Hello? Just shoot through my horse's head. Sorry, Pona. Just a little graze off the top. Frijoles carne asada? Ooh. You know, the other day I did order food from a Mexican restaurant. I did get some nachos with carne asada. It's my staple when I order from that place. And, you know, also a burrito or two that I just save for later. Got him! Sorry, Epona. It was necessary. The ghosts only appear when you have, when you're on Epona.
Hello, how you doing?
You defeated Po the Ghost! You want to catch it in a bottle? Yes. Don't drink that. 100 to 200 rupees per soul. Ooh. Might as well spend some money then. On what? I'm not sure. I have another open bottle, so let's go find at least one more. I always find it weird how the field... Oh, that's a regular Po now. What the heck happened? Check this out. When you kill a regular Po, you can also put it in a bottle. Yes, I will catch it. What can you do with them? This. Like, no! Why would you do this? Oh, good, it didn't do anything. You can drink the Po. I wonder, like, did the programmers do that on purpose? Or they're like, this is the default animation and it's hilarious. Just Link consumes spirit. He's an adult now. Of course he can consume spirits. No, I don't want... I'm not hungry today, Po. You can just live. Bump, 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 bump. You found your new drink of choice. Energy drinks for gamers. This one gives you extra spirit. I'm gonna have to kill it or else a new one won't spawn, huh? Boing. Estes flask. They should have let you shake the bottle. That's mean. Maybe shake the bottle for the fairies. Drink this milk instead. The solar fruit. Strawberry milk. Don't mind if I do. Because I'm epic. Azura.exe, how's it going? Welcome to the Stram. We're going big Poe hunting today. I'm just gonna fight 2 for now because I have 2 empty bottles. Oh, Pompadour! It's a little off center today. Thank you for the hair, Ganny. Talking about Rogaine. I'm on the chicken hair plan. Nice bucket. Thought the Poes damage you when you drink them? They do something at random. Sometimes they hurt you, sometimes they heal you. I would not count on them as a healing source, but it's a gamble. It's a gamble. Where's the big Poe I literally just saw? There it is. Let's go. I don't have enough arrows to go hunting for another one, I don't think. Unless I didn't miss. Let's go turn these in. Well, first I will... What is happening? I barely even recognize myself. Who is that stranger in the window with a second face on their face? Consume soul. A run where you're only healing enemies the Poe souls. You drink one, go down to 1 health, and you have to drink another. Okay, I'm not gonna turn that in for money. I want to spend some money at Kakariko Village. Let's go do that. Obsty Bobsty. Oh baby, Ocarina time. Ocarina the Dootin Flutin, you mean. How's it going, Obs? We're having a little adult adventure where we kill souls and consume them. Adults only. That's the plot of Dark Souls, right? How many souls do I need to level up? Where are the chickens? Oh, I thought somebody redeemed Chicken Attack. That was the game. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna have that same problem when I play Earthbound. I'm gonna think opening my own menu is somebody like raiding me or something. I'm gonna get so confused. Let's put bombs in here. I feel some vibrations. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba. There's the chicken. Oh no! My life flashed before my eyes. What are these zombies doing underneath Kakariko Village? That's dangerous. They might come up from the ground at night. Well, now I'm definitely full on money. This is one of the problems with Ocarina of Time. I am always full on money. You know what? I'm gonna spend it at the shooting gallery. How about that? This was under construction back in the childhood days. Yeah. Y'all up to anything fun today? Drew, Obst? Maybe working on some Animal Crossing houses or some Magic the Gathering decks? Drew, I didn't tell you. I was working on my colorless Eldrazi Magic the Gathering commander deck. Oh, this is a little bit of nerd talk, but I have added an insane amount of mana ramping cards just because my commander costs 10 mana.
Okay, this is a game for grown-ups. Hyrule's famous shooting gallery. Take aim at the targets from that platform over there. Can you hit 10 targets? You get 15 shots. Draw your weapon with B. Are you ready? Go for a perfect score.
All right, off to a good start. I have 3 more extra shots before I lose. Oh god. Zombies just hanging out in their hole. Green tunic boy with no shield running up and slashing them. They've unlived their whole lives in that hole. They were cozy.
Wonderful, bravo, perfect. Here's a fantastic present.
Big quiver. Nice. Basement gamers of Kakariko. The zombies. Gamers rise, but gamers stay underground, please. We don't need that stank hanging around up in here. Speaking of stank, Talon's stanking up this place. He needs to find another room. Nice 12, Datsura. Chibi Gamer started Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney 1? Ooh, how you enjoying it? You figuring out all the plot points all right?
What in tarnation? Can a person get a little shut-eye around here?
Sir, we are both standing on this bed.
Did you save Marilyn? Thanks. I'm going back into the range then. Yeehaw! Woohoo! Woohoo!
Let's go!
Ha-shoo! Ha-shoo!
Oh, so I gotta wake you up with a chicken too. Please. This item doesn't work here. Wonderful. You ever notice how pressing Z inside an indoors area makes you do a little moonwalk? Da 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 da. Oh, na 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 na. Ba ba da 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 ba 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 da da da. Wait, I need to buy some stuff from the shop over here. I need to waste some money, because what else am I buying? Oh, you know, I could buy, Goron Tunic. That's a good item to get. I will need it soon. A lot of these items need bottles. Didn't think about that. I'll buy nuts. Miku's eating chicken wings. Ooh, any special flavors on them? There's a dude on the roof. Someday I'll get there. What else can we do while we're still adult? Let me turn in this chicken.
Please make my Kuko happy, okay?
Well, take a look at this. That's one happy chicken.
Oh, your Kuko looks pretty happy. He must have awakened an extremely lazy guy. You're a good Kuko keeper. I'll give you a rare, valuable Kuko if you're interested. His name is Kojiro, and it used to be my brother's Kuko. Its blue body is quite charming. It's so cute. Since my brother has gone, it's strange, but Kojiro has stopped crowing. You want to keep Kojiro?
You got the blue chicken. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me just how do colors work? Roy G blue. That's blue, right? Yeah, baby. Now I am the Kojiro. Beautiful. Blue Manok redeem. Oh man, I need to see how Delinquent Ghost and Kamui Kushi do their change color redeems, because I know they both have one. You returned the Pocket Kuko and got Kojiro in return. Unlike other Kukos, Kojiro rarely crows. Oh really? Let's try it out. You're right. Sometimes I just play through most of the game just having Blue Kuko. Because I like him. He's a cool little dude. Why am I so blue? Because I spent a lot of money on magic cards, and I didn't get the cards I needed. But also, I got a lot of good cards with good value, so I'm not actually that sad, but still. Oh wait, the bazaar. I can buy things from there too. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend as much money as I can at the bazaar. And then turn in 1 Po to restock up. I'm full on arrows. Let's buy more nuts. Buy more bombs. Just so it doesn't feel like I'm wasting them, you know? More bombs. Who actually goes and buys stuff in this game? Oops, I spent too much money. Uh-oh, I didn't budget. You know what? I don't even need to buy the Goron tunic. What am I doing? You get one for free at first. Let's head up to Death Mountain. Pledge allegiance to the blue chicken and to the stream for which it stands. One chicken under the sun. Woolsey Bear, welcome. How you doing? Oh no. Things have gotten a little hectic over on Death 2 Mountain. We got a blue chicken. It's really cool. His name is Kojiro. Everybody say hi, Kojiro. Yuku worked at a temp job today. They gave you food. You chose delicious chicken wings and a slightly spicy batter, so no sauces except ranch dipping. Oh, but if it's naturally spicy, then I can see. It's got the flavor already. Turn me from blue to red. Let's go. Oh, wait. No, I don't need it. I was gonna make a ferry up here, but I don't actually need it. I believe this is money. Kojiro is blue. It's the guy from Team Rocket. James? Prepare for trouble and make it double. To protect the world from devastation. To unite all people within our nation. I remember one line from the dub of Pokemon where Meowth is like, James has blue hair. Something about like insulting him, and James's retort is, it's lavender! My hair is lavender, ow! Man, this place is a lot more empty than it used to be, eh? I wonder why that is.
Is a bucket.
Did I get him? No, he just, okay. Bye. Just pieced out of here. Listen! JT too legit, what's up? Toss 10. Nice tosses. Now we just need Musashi. Musashi! Koji. Oh, wait a minute! Yeah! You know, actually hearing Musashi reminded me. Yeah, that is James's name in Japanese, isn't it? Oh, hi. Okay, bye. Little Goron boy. That cloud over Death Mountain, there's something strange. Kojiro Musashi. Named after 2 famous outlaws in Japan. So it was really cool what they did with the Jesse and James parallel. Jesse James. I like how they did that. That was good localization on their part, I think. Wop, 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 wop. Wop, 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 wop. Wolsey's alright. How am me? Oh, you know it goes. Ah! When I'm not getting run over by Gorons, I'm playing more Magic the Gathering, getting some good cards. Bratterfield, I'm a member of Stars. I see you. Sneaking on in here. How's it going, sir? There you go.
How did you do this to me? You're Ganondorf's servant. Hear my name and tremble. I am Link, hero of the Gorons.
Link, you say? His name is my name, too.
What? Your name is also Link? Then you must be the legendary Dodongo Buster and hero, Link. My dad is Darunya. Do you remember him? Dad named me Link after you because you're so brave.
How do Gorons reproduce? Do they, like, bud off a rock and it grows into a Goron?
It's It's a cool name. I really like it. Link, you're a hero to us Gorons. I'm so glad to have met you. Please, give me your autograph. Sign it to my friend, Link of the Gorons.
Link never learned to write. He grew up in a forest. And they don't really chop down trees for paper in the forest. Not in the Kokiri Forest. That's a little offensive to the Great Deku Tree.
Oh, I guess it's not a good time to ask you for this. Please, help everyone! My dad, Darunya, went to the fire temple. A dragon is inside. If you don't hurry up, even my dad will be eaten by the dragon.
You better try to calm him down if you can. Maybe he'll calm down if you talk to him. Ask about dragon. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Sneaky lunch break. Ooh. Hope you're having a good lunch, Brad. Wop, 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 wop. Catching up with chat. Gorons reproduce by spitting in some lava, then a year later, they unearth a new baby Goron. What? Just planting a seed and growing a new Goron baby. Interesting. Gorons reproduce by holding hands over a lava lake for an entire month. Oh. That's one heck of a gestation period. I've never heard of the story where rocks meet stones and that's where the magic happens. Heard of the birds and the bees? What about the rocks and the other rocks? The rocks in the hard place.
A long time ago, there was an evil dragon named Volvagia living in this mountain.
Named what now? You know there's a manga based on Ocarina of Time? In the manga, they take some liberties, and one of them is that Volvagia is apparently Link's pet dragon from when he was a kid. Not sure how that works out. Not sure what Kokiri ends up with a pet dragon.
That dragon was very scary. He ate Gorons. Using a huge hammer, the hero of the Gorons, boom! Destroyed it just like that. This is a myth from long ago, but it's true. I know because my dad is a descendant of the hero.
We're sharing a brain cell. Yeah, I need to read that manga. I think it's out in English now. I need to, support him, buy it. He buys it in Castle... Really? So, not even something he had as a Kokiri, but when he first ventured into the world, he bought a dragon. How to buy your dragon. Huh. Why are they selling... What are they selling over there?
Everybody was sticking to the fire temple. While my dad was out, Ganondorf's followers came and took them all away. All of them will be eaten by Volvagia. It said that Ganondorf has revived Volvagia. As a warning to those who might oppose him. Ganondorf is going to feed them all to Volvagia. Dad went to the fire temple all by himself to try and save everyone. Please help, Link. I'll give you this heat-resistant tunic. Hermit the Goron here. You got a Goron tunic. This heat-resistant tunic is adult size, so it won't fit a kid. Going to a hot place? No worry.
Link gets Volvagia from a festival in Castletown, just like the bandit boss from the start of Slayers. Hell of a festival. A little bit. Did I ever tell y'all about the Magic the Gathering sleeves I have for my cards? They go hard into the fantasy, and they actually give a little story on the back. One of the stories was about a girl winning a dragon egg from a carnival. I read it out loud at one point, but I don't have it with me right now. Y'all want to waste our money some more? Look, I just need to spend money. This is a game where you always have too much.
I just completed a small weapon. How about it? How about buying this knife for 200 rupees?
Well, now I wish I'd saved my money.
Nope, you don't have enough rupees.
Okay, it's alright. I will find them another way. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Wait, can I do this yet? I learned this song, right? Wait, is this Meadow Forest or is this Prelude to Light? I haven't learned Prelude to Light yet. Damn it. Okay, if I want to get back to the Temple of Time fast, I'm gonna have to. No, I meant to say no. I pressed B. Well, I guess we're hoofing it. Does the Goron tunic also reduce damage by 75%? No, this ain't the red tunic from Zelda 1. I like to think that this moblin... Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Whenever you warp to the forest temple, he just scoots on over to the other side of the corridor, because usually he's over there. That Goron tunic California rated? Yes. It is, but you have to pay an extra California tax. That guy's fast! Stop it! Nuts. Nuts! Nuts don't work! The nuts have no use! This is a bad idea. I'm just gonna be patient. All right, let's go. All right, what am I doing? I am going to walk all the way back out of the Lost Woods and then walk to... Where am I going? I got distracted. I accidentally warped and now I'm all thrown off. My objective right now, thinking out loud, is to get money so I can buy... Oh wait, Kojiro. Fine, I guess I'll stop being blue. Dabu dee, dabu die. Doop-a-doo-ba-doo. I keep expecting chicken attacks. It's actually a good thing that we came here, because this is the next spot in our little chicken quest. Hold on, we just one more, for old time's sake. Hello? How you doing, dude? No response, he's sleeping. Wake up. Grab a brush and put a little makeup.
Kojiro? Why? Normally only a nice guy like me can tame you. Which means... You must be a nice guy. Must be, you must be. Please, Mr. Nice Guy, please. Deliver this stuff to the old hag in the potion shop in Kakariko Village. This'll disappear if you take too long, so you gotta hurry.
Okay, I will. Oh, I guess we're on a detour. You got an odd mushroom. A fresh mushroom like this is sure to spoil quickly. Take it to the Kakariko potion shop quickly. 3 minutes! Hurry up, nice guy, before it disappears. Deliver it to that old wench. Oh, I'm going. Someone's sending Yellow Pikachu malicious links via whispers. Uh-oh. Don't click on weird links in chat. Only click on the hero link of this game. I look so good in blue. Too bad, though. I've given myself away. Let me just undo that filter. I'm blue, da-boo-dee, da-boo-die. Da-boo-dee, da-boo-die, da-boo-dee, da-boo-die. This is the route I always take. If I gotta go to Kakariko Village, then, I'll just warp on over to Goron Town. On down to Flavor Town. All the Goron fairies up in here. Then I manually run down the mountain. Not sure if it's slower or faster, but that's the way I go. Mushrooms, man. Got a little Manuka insomnia. I don't think those mushrooms were good. What was in those, man? Oh, but there's a spider. I can't get it anyway. Hup. All right, we're going turbo mode. Ooh. Speedy speed boy, gasoline is burning. Speedy speed boy, as fast as I can be. Speedy speed boy, gasoline burning. Wind is on my face. What do Goron season food with? A little bit of dirt here and there. Usually maybe some flint, some charcoal that they smash with another rock. I'm there. I just have to get there. Can I do this? A little bit of a problem. It is nighttime. I hope this doesn't mess with the timer. Please, please don't spoil mushroom. Don't spoil. Oh, good. I still got 55 seconds. Let's go. Potion shop. Open. Rock salt? No, that's too obvious. They actually just use pure calcium deposits. They just bite right into them. Hello. Oh, tortoise. Wow. Thanks for the hydrate. Definitely need to offset all that salt. Did someone say mushroom?
Sniff, sniff, sniff. What a mysterious smell. Is that you, my boy?
No, it's a mushroom.
Don't lie, I can smell your body odor.
I haven't bathed in 7 years, ma'am.
You must have something.
I do. Oh, at the shoulder. Look at the little cat tiger she's petting, though.
That bum, you had to go to the forest? I see. Hey, give it to me now.
No.
How sad, I just need a little.
Okay, maybe. Lady's not gross. Just a little potion-y.
If you see that fool, give this to him. It is the strongest medicine I've ever produced. However, this potion will not work on a monster.
Does it expire too?
Potion seller, I need your strongest potions.
You received an odd potion. You don't know what's going on between this lady and that guy, but take it to the Lost Woods. Potentially her son?
They say that there's no medicine that can cure a fool. I guess that's true.
Go. Okay, it doesn't expire. I can hold on to this for a little bit.
Ultimate potion, how about 100 rupees?
Sure. I have a bottle. I have to sell my pose. Gosh dang it. Okay, I gotta sell my pose. From there, I'm going to use the money to buy the Bridal Sword. Yeah, that's right. I buy the Bridal Sword. What of it? I just think it's funny. Maybe challenge myself, do a couple of runs with just the broken sword. Let's play J. I'm back. Hi, back. I'm dead. How's your nachos? They turned out good? Many nachos consumed. Mission accomplished. Yeah, baby. Now I can just chill out and maybe food coma. I hope they were delicious. We just got something delicious of our own, a little swag mushroom potion. Probably tastes like, I don't know, mushroom pasta. Oh man, that'd be so good. Mushroom pasta sauce, I'd love it. Hi Dad, I'm Dilly. Hi Dilly. Da-da-da. Brad, what?
My potions are too strong for you, traveler.
Potion seller, I'm going into battle. I need your strongest potions.
Hey, young man, what's happening today? If you have a PO, I will buy it.
Your card is 0 points. Oh good, we got a loyalty system. Here you go. I was about to drink it, but you know, I wasn't thirsty today. You want a sip of this?
Oh, you brought a Poe today. Very interesting. This is a big Poe. I'll buy it for 50 rupees. On top of that, I'll put 100 points on your card. If you earn 1,000 points, you'll be a happy man.
Oh, that's perfect. Man. You know what? It's fine. I don't need to be efficient. I'm wasting 50 rupees, but it's not like I can't find them elsewhere.
Oh, you brought a Poe today. Very interesting. This is a big Poe.
200 points. Let's go. Only 800 more and I get a free smoothie. What a shrewd businessman. There was a smoothie place by my work. Can't really go there that often anymore because I'm not going to the office as much. But I had a stamp card for that place. I was this close to a free smoothie. I should go find it. Because now that I'm going back to the office every couple of days, maybe I can actually redeem it for once. I wonder if they'll still take it. It's like 2 years old now. Sure, there's no expiration date, right? I need to head back to... Oh, hello? Big Poe time? Sure, I'll do a little hunting. I made him sound like Yugi. What do you mean sound like Yugi?
Yugi sounds like this. He sounds like Dan Green, who actually, his name isn't Dan Green. That's actually just a stage name.
I made him sound a little bit more like Maximilian Pegasus.
Yugi boy. Yugi boy.
Night Messenger, what's up? Did this PC port fix the glitch where the trading potion can make one of the Deku Nuts upgrade in Potional? Untitled? Yes, it actually did. That's one of the... Yeah, if you... Well, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a menu you can open with F1 in this game. And one of the menu options is Enhancements, Fixes. And right here, prevents the forest stage Deku Nut upgrade from being unobtainable after receiving the Poacher's Saw. I think Poacher's Saw is the one, but either way. Yeah, good on you for noticing this is the PC port. It fixes all the glitches. Well, it fixes a lot of the known ones. It's really cool that way. I think actually the best way to take on this big Poe is... I remember now. It's coming from Lon Lon Ranch and then exiting.
I can see your cards, Yugi boy.
Hope you're doing good, Night Messenger. Welcome on into Ocarina, Ship of Harkinian.
Enough! My ship sails in the morning.
It was walking towards the tree? Hello? Hello? Poe, where are you? I need 50 more rupees. Yes! Die! Die! If any of you pick up the PC version of this game, and by pick up I mean compile it from your totally legally owned copy, I recommend playing with a Wii U Pro Controller. I mean a Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. Because you get motion controls. One of the only things that would make me play the 3DS version over this. Oh wait, this has it too. It's so nice. It works just like the 3DS version. Did Dan Green also do Young Yugi? Yes, yes he does. You can really tell how he just kind of goes, super high-pitched kids mode. Hey Grandpa, can you show us your super secret ultra rare card? Now, if he had also done Yugi's grandpa... Bradderfield, thanks for getting the sub to JT2 Legit. Welcome to the chicken coop. Grab a nest, get comfy, and enjoy the emotes. I made most of them myself, but... You see that one right there, that Master Chief? That one was made by Bradderfield himself. It was a little commission for an animated emote. I love it. It pairs well with the line that Let's Play Jay cut for me out of Halo Infinite gameplay. Master Chief just going, uh-huh. That's the way, I like it, That's the way, I like it. Thank you for admiring the 3DS gyro aiming. Yeah, not real, Eric. Like, not many people do. That's why when it comes to, you know, Twilight Princess and Link's crossbow training. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what games even existed that took advantage of gyro aiming. Like, that's a useful thing. And I'm glad that a lot of Switch games are implementing it too. Ow, 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 ow. Like, have you guys played Resident Evil Revelations? The Switch port of that? Or was it Wii U? Well, Nintendo console port of that has gyro aiming too. It just works so good. More games should have it. And of course, Splatoon. Of course. How could I forget? Does the PC port also let you pick mirror shield designs? Unfortunately, no. You're stuck with the Master Quest symbol. Which, like, I used to have problem with because it's not what I was used to growing up. But I really like how future Zelda games took the symbol they invented for the Gerudo and just kept using it. So now to me that is the Gerudo symbol. It's really cool. Let's buy this knife. What could go wrong? You got the giant's knife. Hold it with both hands and use B to attack. It's so long you can't use it with a shield. How do you like the feel of it? Oh no, let me try it out. Look at him running with that thing. Oh, it's so big. Oh, it's so epic. I can't wait to chop some baddies up with this bad thing. I'll be like, hiya, wapow, wacha, haha. Nobody can stop me. I'm indestructible. I got a refund. It looks like there's a problem with its durability. But still, I'm not buying this knife for... What? I don't get... What are you, Apple repair? Instead of paying for a repair, I gotta buy a brand new one? What is this scam? What happened to right to repair laws, man? Heck it, I'm using it like this. You know, like when you buy an iPhone and you drop it on the ground and the screen shatters, but you still use it anyway. This is that. This is right here. Giant knife run, baby. This is how I'm playing. This is how I'm playing Ocarina from here on out. This guy inspired Apple. Heck. Well, too bad for him. There's right to repair laws now.
Uh-huh.
Oh wait, I can be red. Yo, this is another cool thing about this version of the game. You can just set equipment to the shortcut buttons. And also, you can use the D-pad as shortcut buttons. Again. Very similar to the 3DS version. And it's touchscreen shortcuts. Why can't I one-hand it when it's tiny? Because Link is just trying to hold on to the past. Man, at this point it's not doing damage because it's a sharp blade. It's doing damage because of like the jagged edge on the tip of it. I'ma cut ya! I'ma cut ya! We're making do. You always wanted to do a broken knife playthrough. I'm gonna try it. How much... Does anybody know how much damage the broken knife does? Is it like the same amount of damage as the Kokiri Sword? I bet. Okay, what else do I want to do? I think I do want to... Do you guys think we should do the Fire Temple today? Or should we take care of more, outside of the dungeon stuff? I think it's a cool idea to just do one dungeon a stream. But, I'd have to figure out what to do in between. I can do more of the trading quest. Let's, turn in that potion. Shortcut to the Lost Woods, let's go. Wait, this is a shortcut to the Lost Woods.
Bum bum bum.
Also, Dusk, what's up? How are you doing? Pretty smart business model. Don't encourage him, Obst! This is why we have right to repair laws. It does Kokiri damage? Nice. Just like old times. Alright, I'm gonna defeat Moblin Man. I'm gonna stab you in the butt. I'm gonna stab you in the butt. This is taking forever. Oof, I hate to be that guy. Jebaited. Let's fill up on a ferry while I'm here, I suppose.
Hut, 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 hut.
6 whole dang hits. If that's not efficient, I don't know what is. Get the Temple of Lights on. Oh, that's something I could do. Yeah, when I get a chance to get back to the Temple of Light, Temple of Time. First item on the menu, let's head over to... Did we know his name? Just dude sleeping in the woods. Owner of Kojiro. Any friend of blue chickens is a friend of mine. You can quote me on that. The Bridal Sword only does 2 damage. This is Link when he needs to go gardening. Just a little dig up the plants with his trowel. Ice arrows take 2 hits on the big moblin. Huh. So I guess they're equivalent to 3 Kokiri swords per hit? Interesting. I went too far. Ice arrows do 4 damage. Okay. So they're just slightly under the threshold for hitting them in 2 hits. Wait. No, wait, what? That's weird. How much damage does that do? If it does 4 times as much as the Kokiri sword, why does it take 3 hits for the 6-hit dude? That's odd. You're not the Kojiro dude. Where's the chicken man? Where's the chicken man? Bradley, nice 13th.
That guy isn't here anymore. Anybody who comes into the forest will be lost. Everyone will become a Stalfos. Everybody, Stalfos. So he's not here anymore.
Does Link become a Stalfos? Tune in next time for Zelda Twilight Princess. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Cue the title card. Link becomes a Stalfos.
That guy isn't here anymore. Only his size left. Hee hee. That medicine is made of forest mushrooms. Give it back.
Fine. You got the poacher's fairy in a bottle. The young punk guy must have left this behind.
Hee hee hee. Are you going to be 2? Hee hee hee.
That's not creepy at all. Wow, she has a laughing animation. Why have I never noticed? Listen here, you punk. It's one of my favorite things to do in Ocarina of Time. Just like walk up to people and then just threaten them like this. The one button unsheathed sword. Anything I can do here? I remember there's a business scrub at the end of this. What does he sell? Not that I have the money for it. Oh no, he's not here as an adult. Well, I guess I wasted my time. Is she the one responsible for turning them into Stalfos? Yeah, it turns out the Kokiri are cannibals. Link was not too down with the process, but he got used to the taste of Hylian meat after a while. Skull Kid, I gave you that mask. Come on, don't you recognize me? Skull Kid, don't attack me. Listen here, you little punk. Oh my god, he's fast. Oh, that just makes him go away. Get him! I thought we were friends, Skull Kid! Don't you remember Majora's Mask? It hasn't happened yet. The timeline's all weird. He's such weird AI. I can tell maybe this is one of the less fleshed out enemies in the game.
Is this what happens to kids who wander into the forest? It looks like he doesn't like grown-ups.
Well, I don't like your face, even though I sold you that face. I forget how you're supposed to kill him. He gives you money when you do.
Yep-a-ba.
High quality Skull Kid, kind of terrifying though. The skull mask doesn't help. By the way, if anybody was curious about the glitch that was asked of me earlier, I already got this earlier in my file. If you wear the skull mask, I believe, or was it the Redead mask? Maybe I haven't done it yet. Either way, when you show the mask to the Deku Scrubs in the underground grotto in the Last Woods, one of them will upgrade your nut capacity so you can hold more nut. And for some reason, the game doesn't let you do it after you get the poacher's saw. It's really weird. Oh, the flags are buggy or something. It's okay, this game fixes that. Did someone say nut capacity? The Mask of Truth? Oh, I guess I haven't done it yet. That's okay. As you can see, this game fixes that. In fact, we just established that we can return to child, return to monkey. So let's go ahead and do that. Wait, I can sell a big pole right here. Enigmatic shark can only hold 3 nuts. You might want to get that checked, dude. Wait, what happened? I picked the wrong sword. This is the right sword. The only sword I'll ever need. I like how years later, this room is still full of pots. There's one of the theories that the guard that used to hang around in this room is this old man. The evidence being like, the guard's like, I wish there was more chaos in the world. And this old man's also like, chaos in the world, hooray. Enigmatic shark can't afford the nutsack upgrade. You don't have the Mask of Truth.
Hey, young man, what is happening today? If you have a Poe, I will buy it.
Your card now has 200 points.
I have a saw. I'm gonna saw off your legs if you don't give me what I want, Mr. Man. I know you have a bottle.
I know you have a bottle.
The irony being, having a 4th bottle would make this quest a lot easier. Wait a minute! Sailor Anna! Now, how was Final Fantasy XIV? Did you finish Stormblood? Or are you post Stormblood? I forget what you are. I also don't have any context of where Final Fantasy XIV expansions begin or end. Well, welcome on in, everybody. I'm Link, I'm Red, and I have a broken knife. Thanks for the raid. How's it going? In the name of the moon, we're raiding you! The guard as a kid gives you more info if you talk to him at night. Ooh, I've never done that. I'm gonna try as soon as I become a kid again. Y'all ever wonder if you could do that just because... We're fine. Ever wonder if you could just become a kid again? Wilbo, what's up? Anna, how you doing? You just got into Shadowbringers. Nice. Hope you're having fun. Apparently, Heaven's Sword is like people's least favorite expansion, so you know, passing it is like, oh my goodness, even more stuff? Good stuff? Oh, cutscene. If you're just coming on in, I do the voices for characters. This character has a cloth over their mouth, so they talk like this.
You destroyed the wicked digits that tainted the temple and arrested the stage. But there are still other sages who need your help. In order to awaken all the other sages, you must become even more powerful. You must travel over mountains, underwater, and even through time. If you want to return to your original time, return the Master Sword to the pedestal of time. By doing this, you will travel back in time 7 years. The time will come when you will have to return here quickly. I will teach this to you for when that time comes. The song to return you to the Temple of Time. The prelude of light.
And he's gonna lurk and eat. Hope it's something yummy. Enjoy the lurk and everybody have a chill time. Can we get a rat jam in the chat? Can we get a chicken bobble in the chat? You think you recognize Sheik? Kenny McCormick, is that you? Finally, somebody got the reference. And if you think about it, it's a little more appropriate than you'd think. Has anybody ever played South Park Stick of Truth? Or was it Fractured But Whole? I forget. In one of the games, Kenny does a little cosplay. Oops, spoilers. You have learned the prelude of light. Nice rat jams, everybody.
Oh my god, you killed Sheik!
No, Sheik is fine. They're right there.
As long as you hold the Ocarina of Time and the Master Sword, you hold time itself in your hands. Link, we shall meet again.
Oh! Except the only exit to this room is behind me, so they just awkwardly walked around. Like, sorry, excuse me. Okay, bye, Sheik. I'll see you in another time. I'll see you in Melee. That's not the sword I had. Whoa, 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 whoa. Link can feel himself unpubertying. Oh! But the good thing is, I don't have to pay taxes anymore. Let's go. That's the truth. Beautiful, beautiful. Onslaught, how's it going? I see you on here. Nice 14th. Stick of Truth. Yeah, I never actually played it yet, though. It's very interesting. The evolution of South Park. I watched it as a kid, sure. A lot of kids in the mid-2000s did, even though they probably shouldn't have. But it went from crass show that just tried to get away with swearing to actual commentary about the state of life. It's was very unique for a show at the time. Mysterion. There you go. I wonder who Mysterion is. But I heard Stick of Truth is a pretty good game. Probably won't stream it. There's being a South Park game, it is inherently TOS. It's not banned on Twitch, but I could imagine. I will play it eventually, though.
Reverse puberty power!
Can I at least have the broken sword back? Man, I am so tired. The Night Watch is so boring. I wish ghosts would come out or something. Hey, I'm really interested in ghosts. Studying them is a hobby of mine, but you never know. The time might come when that kind of knowledge might be useful. Oh! I've never seen that dialogue. That's pretty cool. How about that? If only he could meet that strange old man who lives in that room 7 years in the future. Wow. You know, I could do something right now. I could do a different dungeon right now. Y'all want to do the bottom of the well? Alright, I need to present this Mask of Truth to the Deku stage. Let's see if that purported fix actually works. I could play the Australian version on stream. Oh, it is probably censored, isn't it? Man, the Australian games rating system is so odd. Don't they, like, replace the zombies with robots in Left 4 Dead? That's such an egregious difference. That's not what the game is about. And the characters are still clearly talking about zombies. I'm thinking of, like, Team Fortress 2. No, Team Fortress 2 has the birthday mode. Yeah, it's not banned, it's just, you know, it's not a game for my channel, maybe, I'll say. It's an 18+ stream, yeah, sure, but I, did my, okay, my thing was frozen for a second. I don't usually tend to say swears all that much. I'd say I'm more of a PG-13 stream that would rather not babysit kids if I can help it. Alright, let's head back into the Lost Woods. So in Australia, the South Park games are heavily censored. No assets are replaced, but they covered up cutscenes with pictures of crying koalas and a description of the scene. That is totally in character for South Park to do. It's like you're missing out on content by not playing the Australian version. That's funny. Still don't think I'm gonna stream it though. Like, how would I play the Australian version on purpose though? Look at me!
Am I not pretty?
I think they're confused. Is this the only place in the game where there's a model of a Deku scrub with, like, the mustache? He's a little unsure of himself right now. Nice pentagon nose. What? You got a problem with me? Hold on. What? Well, that's weird. Oh wait, the one button unsheath only works with the big Goron sword, I remember. Whoa, his mouth just rotated.
All my young Deku Scrub brothers say you have a horrible face. But don't worry, I will reward you with many Deku nuts.
Gee, thanks.
Of course, we will also enable you to carry more of them. Abracadabra! Alakazam!
Thank you! You're gonna love my nuts. One chop, you got salad. Region break? Oh man, I would love if She Says made a video on that. What was the latest region break he did? I don't remember. I think it was Animal Crossing? Yeah, Animal Crossing! Comparing the GameCube and a North American version to the imported Japanese version. The first game in particular has so many differences that they changed for the US. I actually own a Japanese copy of Animal Forest, Dobutsu no Mori. I bought it while I was in Japan in 2017. I maintain it was a pretty good purchase. I will never play it, but it's just a cool thing to have, you know? Nuts! Enjoy Lurk Supercart Bread. Did I miss a message earlier? Sorry, chat's been going. Chat's been going. We were talking about South Park earlier. A lot of streamers are 18+. A fair number still try to have fun, somewhat family-friendly content. Mostly, I'm making content for, you know, let's say YouTube appropriateness. So they'll demonetize you if you say a couple of swear words here and there. So I'm gonna try not to say that. I'm not sure what the actual algorithm is, but I got what I got. All right, I got the nut upgrade. Is there anything else I really need to do while I am a child? Finish the mask quest. Again, I could do the bottom of the well right now. It's about to be 3 hours of stream, so maybe not. Let's take care of a little bit more side stuff. Ultra Saw, we could start going into Gerudo Valley. came here to hear bad words like cluck. No. That's not nearly as bad as the universal bird bad word shark. Haven't you played Hat in Time? On N64, yeah. Original Animal Crossing was on N64, and because the N64 didn't have a clock like the GameCube, the clock was actually on the N64 cart. Kept time via battery, so the copy I have is probably has a dead battery. Oops. Gonna have to replace that later. That's Tosa language. That's okay, I'm American. My brother and crispy chicken. You what, mate? What word did it not like? Oh, tosser. Blade Vancer, I thought you were making a joke that, like, saying a bad word in, like, British slang. Tossa. Tosser is a bad word in British slang. Because, let's say, tossing something is, you know, probably what you expect it might mean. Could also go big po hunting again. I'm gonna get a Onipona. I'm gonna go towards Gerudo Valley, and if I see a big po, I'm gonna collect it. What in the fried chicken is going on here? I don't remember on the top of my head where all the big pos are. I have an idea for a handful of them, but there are 10 in total. Might be a problem. There's one down there between the rocks, but I got that one earlier.
You what, mate? I'll punch you in the gab, I swear me mum. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
I believe the po that I got earlier also appears if I come through like this way. That's how I usually get it. But motion controls, baby. Y'all ready for some smooth guitar? Whoa, what's going on? That was weird. You got a little clip in? You do a little clip in? Can I get on that side again? It's not gonna put me on that side. I almost clipped out of bounds. Yo, I didn't know this was battery break. Anyway, let's go. Frickin' what? Enigmatic Shark, we got a copy pasta. Do British people actually exist? I mean, they must be a meme. There's not a single thing about them, and I mean it. Let's go through the evidence. Where are they from? Not a single country in the world is named Britain. Some people say they come from England, and England is inside Britain. But if that was the case, they would be British, they would be Englanders. And I heard some theories about them coming from Wales. Guys, no, whale people do not exist. Whales live in the sea. I see. You have compelling evidence, Shark? What am I doing? I need Epona. Of course. Of course. And it needs to be daytime for this. Ripsy. I hope it's not too late for you right now. How's it going? What have you been up to lately? Hope you've been pretty well. We're playing some cozy Ocarina, doing some time traveling. Just age 7 years, de-age 7 years, and age 7 years again. Go, Epona, go! Go! Ho, ho, ho! Beautiful. Let's do it again, just for fun. What is this, 60 frames per cell does? I see another person has noticed. Just playing with danger over here. Epona, please. I feel bad for endangering Epona like that. This is a PC port of Ocarina of Time that fans made and released earlier this year. It's called Ship of Harkinian. You can look it up. It's one of those things where technically you have to build it yourself with instructions and a dumped version of the game because they're not going to distribute Nintendo property, no. But I'm sure there's ways you could find it. It is running in 60 frames per second. It's really nice. And it's been my favorite way to play this game so far. Not only that, it has some bug fixes, quality of life, like text goes at 6 times speed. And, not that. And motion control, baby. What was that? Pretty good, I recommend it. Yeah. Link was floating in the cutscene. He was on the horse, but he didn't show up. Interesting.
I am a master craftsman. Those Gerudo thieves, they broke the bridge. I want to fix it, but all my workers are gone. They said working as carpenters isn't cool, and they went to the Gerudo's fortress to become thieves. Hey, you, if you're going to the fortress, would you mind finding out what my workers are doing over there?
I don't know. Having a little song around the campfire, singing Kumbaya.
Yeah, I'm the wandering running man. I've run all over this land in search of competitors who have a true killer instinct. I came here to run through the haunted wasteland, but it doesn't look like good timing for that. So I want to go back to Hyrule Field. The bridge is, well, who can see it from here? So I'm stuck here inside this tent. I don't think I can accept your challenge right now.
I don't know why, but I always imagined the running man to be German. I think because his voice clip in Majora's Mask is just,
Yeah. Yeah, jawohl.
But it is really good. If you can figure out how to get it, it's worth checking out a little bit. There are some bugs here and there. I crashed once, but hasn't again so far, so I think I'm mostly good. Wait a minute. I forgot what I came here for. You made it across without Epona. Did you use a long shot sprint or did you use a glitch? Bomb jumping. Eric's heading out for the night. Oh, sorry, Eric. That was 3 minutes ago. If you're going to sleep, have a good one. Thanks for coming on by and hope you had a good time. Been working on a 100% run on your Switch? Ooh, that's fun. I don't know if I'm gonna 100% this run. I mean, I'm like halfway there. Might as well, right? It is a fun game. If any game I would do on stream 100%, it would be this. I literally have the guide in front of me. There's a new redemption. If you're just here just now, by the way, to have me read a paragraph from the Ocarina of Time guide. It's written like a storybook. It's really cool. Basically, I search for where I am in the game and then read a paragraph from it. Yeah. The pre-rendered backgrounds look pretty grainy. Nintendo might have used a high-res background in their port. If you look closely, some of those were nuts. Deku nuts. Not that redeem. No, there was a cheaper redeem. Has the draw distance improved? Yeah, that's one of the settings in this port. You can increase the draw distance to basically infinite.
Nut.
What's going on? What else is going on here? Draw distance. Yeah, Yangus. There's a Yangus model. Yeah. Pre-rendered backgrounds. Normally, I think in the online Nintendo Switch Online, they put like a little bilinear filter on it. This port just straight up renders it at full pixelation. There's a texture mod I tried to install the other day with high-res textures and AI upscaled backgrounds. It looks really cool, but when I tried to install it, one, it didn't work, And 2, it made my entire computer unstable to the point where it erased OBS settings. So I'm not gonna try that again. No, it's fine. I could just play it normally.
Hey, that saw! It's mine! But I thought I left that saw with my old lady. Oh, well, my big Goron tool broke, so I was going to Goron City to get it repaired. Your coming here is great timing. Will you give me my saw?
Yeah.
Good kid, thanks. I'm sorry I can't give you something good in return, but take this anyway.
I already got one of those. I can dual wield. You traded the poacher's saw for a broken Goron sword. Visit Big Goron to get it repaired. Oh. I go through all of this trouble to get you your saw back, and you got nothing to show for it other than a puny broken knife? I'll show you a broken knife. Sorry, there was a bug at your feet. I just wanted to squish it. Anyway, dual wielding broken sword, just like Dark Souls. That's right, not only am I chicken, but I can also do crow sounds. Items thrown include things from previous streams. Yeah, we had a redemption earlier this stream to add the Deku Nut. And there's a cooldown on it, but maybe I'll make it so that you can suggest one thing per game I play. I don't know how to enforce that, but I would like to do it that way. This doesn't work in Ocarina of Time, does it? I know it works in Majora's Mask. If I, Oh, it does! You can knock out the guards. I don't need to be here yet. Oh, speaking of, Wilbo64, redeeming Read the Ocarina of Time guide. I'm just gonna have to, find the page in the guide. Because this is way later in the game, so gonna have to find it. Around. Oh, that's so weird. This guide skips straight from. Oh no, wait! I found Gerudo Fortress. Here we go. Check this out. Check this out. If you haven't seen the guide for Ocarina of Time, it's written like a storybook. Thank you for the redemption, Wilbo. Gerudo Fortress. Carved into the mountain ridge that divided Hyrule Field and the sandy wasteland of the desert, the Gerudo Fortress was a maze of mesa dwellings linked together as an elaborate stronghold. The bastion was guarded by an elite squadron of Gerudo Amazons who could strike a man down readily with their weapons. Link and Epona rode into the ridge that led into the desert, stopping in a deep canyon. The road bridge that had spanned the chasm had been cut, by Ganondorf no doubt, to prevent intruders. Link and Epona made a mighty leap to cross the desert breach. On the other side, they met the foreman who had come to fix the bridge, but his carpenters had mysteriously vanished while nearing the fortress for a closer look. Gerudo. The Gerudo warriors were easy on the eyes and quick to the punch. Guide! Superior to their male counterparts in every way, they trusted only one man.
Ganondorf.
Wow. Ba-da-da. Gerudo. That's it, just Gerudo. Ma'am, are you okay? I'm sorry for shooting you with an arrow. She's fine. Look, she's awake. Let's get out of here. I shouldn't be here. We're gonna do this another time. I just wanted to listen to the music while we got the poacher's saw. Do I just go ahead and fix the Bagoran sword? No, you know what? I'm not gonna fix the Bagoran sword today. Because I wanna go through the game as much as possible with the broken giant's knife. So I'm gonna pause it on the trade quest. The guy don't lie. Ooh, oh my. Oh my. Wilbo, you think you had this guide? I do too. My copy has definitely seen better times. That's for sure. The cover fell off and it's just falling apart. But I love that thing so much. Nintendo added a filter to make the market area look less blocky, lighting textures, blurring shadow effects, makes what are now low-res graphics hold up well. Yeah, I mean, like, I think that's the minimum you could do. AI upscaling is another route that companies have been taking. Like, the Chrono Cross remaster uses AI upscaling. There's a mod for the Final Fantasy IX remaster to AI upscale it. I wish one of these games would come out where they actually kept the original assets and re-rendered the game, but that's understandably not always possible. Man, at this point, I want somebody to go all out and remake the assets for, say, Resident Evil 1 Remake. Oh my goodness, we got a ghost in the chat? Well, I'm Big Po hunting. Oh, sorry, DG, oh, found one. Please, sorry. I gotta hunt one of your brethren. I hope this is okay. They are even more of a delinquent than you are, so they needed to be caught and apprehended. DG, morning, how you doing? Morning for you, over the pond. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. We've been playing some Ocarina of Time tonight. Dodge! You are under arrest. I promise I won't drink you. No promises. That was a lie. Yeah, Brad, thanks for giving us the DG. The Liquid Ghost Jost. Enjoy the emotes, grab a nest, get comfy. I've made most of my emotes myself, save for ManokAdobo made by Bradfield over there. Yeah, if you haven't seen this yet, it's the PC version of the game that just came out. It's really nice. I'm excited that this exists ever since they reverse engineered Super Mario 64. It was only a matter of time because the Ocarina of Time engine is based on the Super Mario 64 engine. Manoka Oak, you were close. Hope you had a good morning. Maybe some breakfast. Question from Shark. Would I rather have unlimited bacon but no more games, or games, unlimited games, and no games? What? Unlimited games and no game? What do you mean? I am confused. Unlimited games, but then I can't. You mean no bacon, right? I could do without bacon. You see Link do a little rotation over there? I could do without bacon, because you know what? I shouldn't be eating bacon. Ever since my episode last month. Yeah, I've been talking to some dietary doctors, and they're just like, yeah, don't eat better. And I'm like, okay. You know, funnily enough, I have bacon in the fridge right now, but it's turkey bacon. Turkey bacon. Do you need to repeat the question? Unlimited games and no games. The games are unlimited, but you just can't play them. Beautiful, Mike. Is this an official port? It's legal. It's a legal port. It was made without any knowledge of the original source code and therefore 100% legal, not distributed with any copyright content at all. Yup. Nope. Yep. Let's turn in this Poe. Edgar Allan, here to meet you. It was reverse engineered by fans. And I love that more games are getting this effort. I talked about this earlier. Did you know that Jak and Daxter had a reverse engineered PC port recently? It's really fascinating because the way they reverse engineered it is actually pretty insane. Jak and Daxter was made with a custom programming language that nobody outside of Naughty Dog knows like how it works. But some really smart people looked at the code, understood it, and remade the language. Like, what? the game's ported to PC with like 60 frames per second, and it runs beautifully. What else can we do? What else can we do today before we end the stream? I'm tempted. You know what? I'm tempted. You know what? You know what? You know what? Yeah, let's just do at the bottom of the well real quick. I'm not even supposed to do it until later, but hey, small dungeon, right? Queen Miku made an egg, turkey, bacon, chicken sausage sandwich. Ooh, nice poultry. Wow, that's like 3 forms of bird right there. You have egg form, you have chicken form, and you have turkey form. Jack and Daxter, yeah. For that, you have to rip an ISO from the non-greatest hits version of the game. I may pick that up soon. And if Naughty Dog sees me playing that version of the game, then y'all know I ripped it myself. Not that Sony or Naughty Dog really cares. Nintendo would be litigious as all get out, but Naughty Dog, they probably love the fact that it got ported. It is super cool. I've never played the Jak and Daxter trilogy, so thinking about it. That's a lie. I have played Jak 2. When I got my PS2 back in the 2000s, I actually got it from the Philippines with a mod chip installed. Because in the Philippines, for some reason, Sony did a very smart and released the Japanese region console in the Philippines. And everyone in the Philippines is like, well, we can't read Japanese to play video games, so we're gonna mod our console so we can quote-unquote import games from America. Yeah, that's why. Let's go to Kakariko. Kakariko! That's enough back walking. I'm getting sick. Not sick and tired, just sick. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, and the shop that sold me the PS2, they gave me a bunch of discounted games with it. Totally legitimate copies, yes. You could tell by the fact that the cover said like, oh man, can I find it? Can I find an image of this on the internet? I wonder. Doesn't look like I can find it. Exactly what I saw. But something like this. You know, for some reason... Alright, WebPs. Alright, I just want to show people an image. Alright, you're forcing me to resort to other tactics. For some reason, the games came like this. In plastic bags with the loose disc along with a loose DVD printed cover on paper. The ones I know, the top said like DVD game 2. Yeah, I'm sure those are legit copies, right? Legit. PS2 experience. The games that I got included Final Fantasy X International Edition, Harvest Moon, I think there was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, and Jak 2 and Jak 3. Except when I put in the disc for Jak 3, it was just Jak 2 again. So, that was a little bit of a ripoff. Good thing it was free.
Go round around and around. What fun! I'm so happy. I'm a music man who loves to go around and around. Go around and around. I'm trying to come up with a musical theme inspired by this windmill. Going around and around and around.
Oh, like this? Like the song you're already playing? Sir, get your foot out of my screen. Tracy McGrady deserves more than a plastic bag. This roulette seems pretty rigged. You don't gamble with this roulette. There's nothing but bad luck here. See, look, you're gonna get struck by lightning. Oh no, you're just gonna drain the well. Spoiler alert, Jack 3 is just Jack 2 all over again. Oh, so that was canon then. Wow, Naughty Dog, how'd you get away with that? But anyway, I played Jack 2. I tried to play Jack 3, it didn't work. I don't remember anything, and what I do remember is that Jack 2 played nothing like the demos of Jack 1 that were in Best Buy as a kid. So, go figure on that one. Has anybody ever seen games sold like that for the PS2? Maybe. Naughty Dog's a bunch of nerds, they probably stoked about the port. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Stream Islands. Oh, was that loud? I'm sorry. Oh, no, it wasn't loud. It was lost eggs. Sorry.
Go around, go around, go around. What? It's going way too fast.
Yeah, have fun with that, dude. I'll see you in 7 years. I'm out of here. Joke's on you. You have wood armor on. No lightning here. Boom, boom. Y'all, let's get our Crete on.
Up.
Easy peasy. Because of the way this works, you don't really need anything from later in the game to do this right now, right? Just double checking. Just random dungeon out of order. Oh! That's a big skull tool. Were they always this big? Oh, it's a dead end. You know, this is their well, right? This is where they get their water. This is where they get the drinking water that supplies the village. I'm sure that's safe. I'm sure that's not diseased or unhealthy or riddled with maggots.
I can hear the spirits whispering in this room. Look for the eye of truth. That's what they're saying.
The eye? Oh, I'm confused. What am I supposed to do? Let me just beat my head against the wall and then I'll... Alright, let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Rory jumping. Welcome on in. Do I know any games that are like this but not Zelda? I can recommend, what was that game? I was gonna say Darkstalkers. That's not the one. Darkstalkers is a fighting game. Man, I had it in my mind. What's that game? Darksiders. Darksiders, I think. Right? That is very much like a Zelda game. You get items, you go through dungeons. Ah! Hey, rude. Darksiders, yes, that's a good one. It's pretty much one of the only games that I feel actually is unapologetically a Zelda game. I was talking about this the other day. A lot of indie games that copy Zelda tend to copy specifically 2D Zelda. Nothing wrong with that, but why isn't there a lot of 3D Zelda likes, I wonder? I wonder. The water flying out of this statue is flooding the entire floor. This is a well. I feel like that'd get moldy though. This well gave you nightmares as a kid? What gives you more nightmares? Shadow Temple or bottom of the well? Because I can tell you, my answer is Jabu Jabu's belly. Just saying. Blade Vancer's laughing at how I got 2 copies of Jak 2. You know what I also got? I also got the 2 Harvest Moon games. They were also just the same Harvest Moon game. I really should have tested them more before I left that game store. I wonder if it's still there. That game store I went to in the Philippines. Yeah, I know the story about Jak 2. I lived it. I lived that era of games. Jak 1 came out at the era where 3D platformers were still big, and then all of a sudden everybody wants guns and GTA. That's what a game should be. I wonder what... I would love to play a game from the alternate timeline where... Jak and Daxter stayed as a lighthearted 3D platformer, you know? Ow. Ow. These hands are praising the sun. Blue chickens give you nightmares? What's wrong with blue chickens? Hey. Hey. Jay has 4 copies of Pac-Man World 2. I mean, that's on purpose, right? Not like you bought Pac-Man World 2 and Pac-Man World 1, and then there were just 2 copies of 2, right? I am missing a silver rupee. Boop, boop, boop. Dang it, stop jumping in the water. Big Dodongo head in Dodongo's cavern, that gave you nightmares? And the boss of the Deku Tree. It is a giant spider, to be fair. Fun story, Insomniac started to make a 3D Zelda-like after Spyro for the PS2. Didn't go anywhere, they stopped when they realized only one guy was excited. I would be excited. I can be second guy. That's led to Ratchet and Clank. When it comes to Jak and Daxter versus Ratchet and Clank, I think personally I enjoy Jak and Daxter. I think I enjoy Ratchet and Clank a little bit more. I might be a little bit biased though, but I do like the futuristic, not dystopian take on it. Whereas Jak and Daxter turns like full dystopian mode. You feel like most devs get distracted. Takes inspiration from Zelda, why not string and bring in other elements? Well, they don't want to be exactly Zelda. To this day, I think that's just what makes Zelda a pretty unique type of game series. Not too many character action games focus on the puzzly element, you know? What's going on here? Oh, Jay bought copies of Pac-Man World for each console. What consoles are those? Xbox, GameCube, PS2. I don't know, Wii? You and your brother told you her children would follow you around the world and eat Link. What? What do you mean? Don't eat Link, he's not chicken. Alright, maybe the last silver rupee's like up here somewhere. Have you ever played a game called Dual Hearts? No, Jay, what is it? Oh, you have 2 copies for the PS2. I see. That one was on purpose, huh? Dooba-dooba-dooba-da-ba. You like the combat in Jak 2 and 3? Jak approached the gunplay and platforming felt good. I do give it credit for that.
Watch out!
But I can't really comment much on it because I haven't actually played it. Dual Hearts is a 3D Zelda-like published by Atlas for PS2, made by Matrix Software. Let me me look that up real quick. I'm curious now. Dual Hearts PS2. Let's take a look at some images. I mean, that looks pretty cool right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at this. Dual Hearts. Look at that. Totally not Link protagonist. I like the character design. Very mid-2000s. I might check it out at some point. I'll put it on the list. That sounds interesting. Thanks for the information, Jay. One of these walls can't be... Ah! Hey, how did it still hurt me? I was shielding. Can't be real. I got a dungeon map, I think. Never played it, looks neat. Oh. Hello? Let me in. Let me in. Come on. Maybe it's a bombable wall. Oh, you know what I bet? I bet like it's a raised floor up there, and I drop down from there later. I'm slowly remembering how this map works. Oh, hi. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Watch out!
The wall says danger below. Something like that. Ow, the edge. I did stream Shadow the Hedgehog once. I forget exactly when. It was to celebrate, I think, 1,000 followers on Twitch. Nowadays I don't look at that number because it's like once you hit a certain point, like it's a number. It's not a value of worth or anything like that. What matters is if you enjoy watching, then you are not a number. You are a human being. Or you could be a chicken. Alright, I drained the water. I can go here now. Cool. Is there a purpose to that? Just a little heart? Or it might be a living sword. Like Phoebe. Oh no, there's mummies. Are you my mummy? Second Doctor Who reference to stream. Let's go. The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? Oh, it does work. Too bad I can't put on a mask to make them dance in this game. Doesn't one of these coffins, like, magically open up? Maybe it's after I light the torches. Oh. Hi. Oh, there's bats. Excuse me. Pardon me, just passing through. Nobody tells Alfira. Also, don't anybody tell Sailor Anna. Why cough in? Why not cough out? Why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food, of out hot eat the food? Tell me that. Yeah, I can say that without a second's pause. What of it? Maybe I just practice it too much, but I'm starting to understand it. Why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food, of out hot eat the food? Why? Oh, I found the key. Like, the cold food. You oven the cold food, right? But then you of out hot eat the food. You of out hot eat the food, and the food hot out of hot eat. Like, what? Am I talking crazy here? Archmage, what's up, Mr. Chimkin? Hi, hello. I'm just having a little episode. It's fine. Okay, my brain cell is working okay. I installed it upside down after I borrowed it back from Zelf. Or maybe Jay had it last, I'm not sure. There's too many people on the dang clan these days. Phoenix Wright had it for a little bit, that was fun. Trying to ignore the oven comments. All I'm saying is, it almost makes sense. Like if I reduce it to, why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food and out the hot food? What makes it confusing is that they suddenly switch to like, eat the food? Like when did eating come into this? I was just talking about ovening the cold food and avouting the hot food. Like what is that? Let me play you the song of my people. Why is it a brain cell? Why not brain buy? In this economy? I don't think so. Now that I have the key. If you think that's bad, you should Google what a mountain chicken is. I don't know if I should do this. Oh, why? Huh? Is it because people farm them for eggs? Or they like cook the legs like drumsticks? Something like that, maybe? Why is it chick in and not chick out? Okay, mister. Okay, mister. That's enough of that. Anyway. Just about how to eat the food, guys. Just about how to eat the food. It's easy. Just do it. I believe there's no reason to stay in this dungeon once you get the Lens of Truth. Because that's all you need. What you need for getting to the Shadow Temple. And technically, you know, you don't even need that. It's totally optional. Blade Mancer needs to get to sleep. Gotta bounce. Ain't no problem, Blade. It's good to have you. Oh, I didn't mean to do that! I meant to take out a bomb. Because the bombs are usually on my right C-stick these days. Alright, you know what? I just need to get used to it being there. Will I ever cross these planks without falling in the swamp? No. Ah! You chick in to watch the stream, and you eat the hot chicken food. Which came first, the chicken or the chick out? I can tell it's getting late. I can tell it's getting late when the chat breaks as much as my brain does. Maybe I've been streaming for too long. And now we gambling all. Very nice. Need to find the Lens of Truth. I forget. What do you even get for finishing this dungeon? Because once you get the Lens of Truth, why can't you just peace? Oh no! You son of a mother! Dang, we were so close to Venom. Boom, boom, boom. Tried to find a different route, didn't work. Boom, bump, boom. Drew, how could you? You know gambling doesn't work. Are you trying to expend all your bad luck so you get better Magic the Gathering pulls later? Is that what you're doing? That's fair. I mean, that's what I do in your stream. Krista Boy, welcome back. It's been a while. Finally checking in my your least favorite dungeon, side dungeon. Oops. Sorry, Krista. Like, technically, I'm not even at this part of the game yet. I just randomly decided, hey, let's just do the bottom of the well. Why? I'm not sure. I think I just wanted to do Kid Link stuff again, because I already miss being a child. I went in the same hole. I went and found the same hole as last time. There are 3 gold skulltulas, 3 behind locked doors, a map and a compass behind the lens. Oh. Okay. Is it okay with y'all if once I get the lens of truth, I just bounce? Because it is almost 4 hours of stream, and I try not to go past midnight. Try. Can't always succeed, but try.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Are we reading the guide for this area? Let's find a nice little safe alcove to hide in. And let's do a little reading. Frame rate though. Scrolling down not to see. That's alright, Krista. Why the frame rate so smooth though? I'll say it again, I'll say it once. This is the PC version of the game that totally got released by Nintendo. I don't know what you're talking about. Nintendo totally did it. It runs at 60, it's got bug fixes, it's really cool. And now I gotta find the guide for the bottom of the well. I probably should have done this before I don't know. If there was a way it just automatically knew what page I was on, that'd be really cool. Oh, I found an interesting page. Alright, let's just read this. Kokiri Well. Long ago, in a distant land,
I, Aku, the evil shape-shifting demon.
Sorry, wrong story. Impa sealed an evil spirit in the dungeons beneath her town's well. Years later, the demon feeding off Ganondorf's... Ooh, spoiler! The town windmill pumped water into the well, and an organ grinder tended to the operation. If the Song of Storms was played in the windmill, the well would run dry, revealing a passage large enough for only a child. Yeah, that's what's going on. Oh, and while I'm here, let's take a look at, where the lens of truth is. Okay, so B. How to get to B? A, B. Okay, A. But how to get to... Okay, E? What? Oh, that's just on Skulltula? Well, I don't want to go that way. Let's go get the lens of truth, I guess. Sure. Dang, and you thought kidney stones was bad. What? You always tilt at windmills. You 40 knights over here. What the heck? And I'm free. Free falling. And I'm free. Free falling. It's a nice version of the game. I recommend it if you can find it. Hope you're doing well, Krista. Hope everyone's doing good. Judging by the of out hot food, eat the food comments, maybe not. But definitely, yeah, hope y'all get your brain cells sorted up. Watch your health.
Watch your profanity.
It's all good. It's like I had the guide open earlier and I just know where I am now. Funny that. Guides telling you how to play games. Wish they did that more often.
Oh, here we go.
Now what's a this place? Nice hand. Can I shake it?
Ah! Who are you?
Stop it.
Watch out!
Dead hand. Watch out for its infinite hands. Aim for its head.
Aim for the open spots.
All right, we got some ways of dealing with you. Okay, that's not a way to deal with you.
Oh no.
Where you at? Where you at, buddy?
Oh no!
Come on down here and take a look-see, buddy.
Hop!
Stop it. Stop it. I remember there was a way to stop him. I saw a video about this earlier. When he's running away, there's actually a way to interrupt his retreat. I think it's with bombs.
Bombs, rope, lamp oil. You want it, friend? You've got it.
Well. Yeah, this is a little creepy, isn't it?
Let's do the bottom of the well, guys. It'll be fun.
Nice way to end the night, huh?
Just using all my sticks on him.
Ugh, they're helping hands.
Fox, get this guy off me!
You don't like this in 60. Oh, is it even creepier in 60? I'm sorry. Y'all can just look away for a little bit. This is fine. I'm just whacking it with a stick for a little bit. Oh, his head just did that. Oh, why have I never noticed that? Because it's an HD now, that's why. Oh, the chest appears on the body.
All right, everybody, it's gone now.
You have been traumatized as a child. Your reward is being able to see reality for what it is. You found the lens of truth. Set it to C and press C to look through it. Mysterious things are hidden everywhere. Be sure to try it. Use it outside of the well. Seeing the truth will cost magic power, so press C again to stop using it. What has been seen cannot be unseen. Let's do something fun. Thank you for getting rid of that thing. You're welcome. It was a hard day's work. But I'm bouncing out of here. Because the real benefit of the Lens of Truth is cheating at minigames. This is the last thing we're gonna do tonight, I think. So, you know, get prepared for the end of the stream.
Da da da. Ba ba da da.
Tried to play this as a kid. You cried. Oh no. Yeah, it's weird to me. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I personally was more terrified of the Jabu Jabu Belly than the Shadow Temple stuff. I don't know. I'm not saying it's not scary. It's horrifying, especially thinking of the dude grabbing you with the head and oh my goodness. What is that? Is that a person? Dead hand? Is it like a spirit? A yokai? Ooh. Maybe I was just not observant, but I just didn't think of the implications as a kid. The music's not great either. Oh, I forgot about this guy. He's the guy in Majora's Mask. Well, the counterpart of him in Majora's Mask is like the pirate that wants a picture of Gerudo. Yeah. By defeating the horror of humankind, you get the power of truth vision. Congratulations, Link. You're an actual adult now. I'm gonna need a lot of yokai watches for those hands. Brad, did you see they got, by the way, they got crowd control working for this PC version. I don't know if it's, or was it the randomizer? I don't remember anymore. I might be lying, but there is a direct for this game tomorrow, so we'll see.
Open the chest and surprise! If you find the key inside, you'll be able to advance. Left or right, try your luck. 10 rupees to play, you wanna try it?
Hey chat, wanna do this interactive?
I'm gonna try this legit. And if we win, y'all get to suggest one game for me to play on stream, and I will promise I will try it out. Deal? Alright, every room, I'm gonna ask left or right. The odds of winning without cheating are 1 in 32. I don't like those odds. What is that? 2 to the 5th power? Alright, left or right, everybody? Dooba 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 doo. Dooba dooba dooba. Captain Crunch's Crunchling Adventure. Left, left, left. Let's go. Ha-ha! Chat, you're my good luck charm today. There's no way we could possibly lose. As you can see, there's no when we do this together with our powers combined, there's no way we could go wrong. Left or right, left or right, left or right, left again.
Loser! You only found 1 rupee. You're not very lucky.
The most humiliating part is how you have to walk all the way back to the beginning. We're statistically average, baby. Thanks a lot. Oh, I have to leave? Alright, let's try it again. Let's make a total of 3 attempts using this is crowd control right here. A little fun way to end the night, don't you think? Alright, what do you guys think? Left again? Oh, no. But will it last? Apparently it didn't. You would love to yell loser at kids who lost rupees to you. I'm thinking of, y'all ever played Clay Fighter 63 1/3 for the N64? It had Earthworm Jim in it, and one of his lines was like, "Loser!" Right. Okay, we're going right. Don't want to say anything. Ooh. Correct. Man, this is just that mini game from the Dragon Quest V Casino. Double your money. All right, y'all. Left or right? Left or right? Woo! Is that guy just a shaved Donkey Kong? Yes. Look, he tried to make a business for himself. After running out of bananas, he needed to get them legit. And it's by running actual gambling, which is legal in Hyrule. Left. Did you see the way that the key rotated? We're gonna get past 3 rooms this time. I can feel it. 3 out of 5. That's our goal. Alright, chat. Big money, big money, big money. The fact that you get 1 rupee. Just 1. That's even more humiliating than it being nothing. Or like a recovery heart. Round and round she goes. Where the key is, nobody knows. Left or right? I'm seeing a right. Do we have corroboration? 5, 4, 3, 2, left. Okay, now I'm confused. Well, that says let it, so I'm just gonna go right. Dang, I should have gone let it. I'm sorry, Klee. If only you had come in a second earlier. Oh. Alright, now let's do it this way. Alright, chat. We're gonna do this the same way I played Professor Layton games. I'm gonna think of the answer, and then I'm gonna double check it. Oh wait, this isn't funny unless you can see what I have equipped. Alright, chat. Interesting how that's the only thing you can equip in this area. Well, you can also equip a mask. Alright, left or right? Was I let it on red? right? You got it. You got a dorky. I'm a dorky. All right, chat. Left or right? Left? Right. Oh, right. Chat. Guys, y'all. I trusted you. And haven't we been consistently failing on the second chest? At this point, y'all should learn that we should choose the opposite of what we want on the second. Look, we haven't even seen this room yet. Left or right? Test. 1 2 1 2. Okay, do you hear my microphone? Ow. If you hear me, say Sasquatch. There? Alright, do you hear the game music? This has happened a while. I was just saying, after stream on Monday, right after I ended, all my USB ports stopped working and my internet went out, but only on my computer, and I had to restart twice before it worked. I'm scared for my computer. I hope it's all right. Maybe it's just because it's summer and it's hot and it's in a bucket. I'm gonna assume everything is fine. Okay, everything's good. Thank you. Yeah, my audio interface is connected by USB, and I think it just had a little episode. All right, left or right? Left or right? Welcome back. Thank you. Suspicious. I'm looking left. I'm looking right. Which one could it be? All right, we got right, left all the way. Tiebreakers, left. What we got? Left wins. I have definitely won this the not cheating way before. It requires a lot of rupees and a lot of luck. Middle for sure. I'm trying to look for the key in the middle, Shark. I don't see it. Is this the last one? This is the fourth one, I think. All right, we got left. Right is right. Right. All right, we got more rights than left. And the right is the winner! Bing, 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 bing! Let's show them what you won. Use this key to continue to the next room. Select the treasure chest and see how lucky you are. Last room, everybody. Should we Hail Mary this? Do we Hail Mary and do it without the lens? I'm gonna leave it up. Read the guide for this area, huh? Read the Ocarina of Time guide for this area, huh? Gonna have to find the, I'm sure it's in there. I just have to actually find it. Don't exactly know. I guess it's a heart piece, right? I could probably find it that way. Is it not a heart piece? I found a section called Heartfelt Help. It's showing, oh, there it is. The sages said that fortune favors the bold, and that was certainly true of Link. Though he could have used the Lens of Truth to win the treasure box game on the first try, he played fair and square until you reach the final room and the piece of heart. Yeah, fair and square, right, guys? Fair and square. That means we gotta do this one without the lens of truth. So, place your votes. Luckily, there's no surveillance camera. A surveillance camera? Ripsy's gotta go to bed. Hey, have a good one, Ripsy. It's good to have seen you. I hope it's not too late. I hope you get plenty of rest. And, if you can hear me yelling after winning this, treasure chest, hope I don't wake you up. All the way from over in California. All right, we got a vote for left. Another vote for left. Onslaught says left. Y'all awake yet? Legitimate win, no cheating here. Take that, Mr. Pirate Man. You found a door key. Select a treasure chest. See how lucky you are. I think I know what treasure chest I want to pick. Guys, Shark, you were right this whole time. It was the middle one. Kododan, thanks for the hydrate. Let's go! What a way to end the night. Also, you guys like the lighting? Woo! No one ever listened. Shark was right this whole time. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Winner! You got a piece of heart. You've completed another heart container. Your maximum life energy is complete. Oh, and I got another one. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that a full 10? Yeah, the next heart is gonna roll over into the next category. Oh! Y'all, you are too kind. Thank you for the chickens. Who invited them? Were they also in the treasure chest? You telling me I want a lifetime supply? I like it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Right, you are a real gambler. Lens of truth detects no lies here. Alright, that's it. I cannot afford to go any longer. This is where I'm gonna have to call it for tonight, y'all. By this dancing couple that just dances here all night. All night, that's all they do. What are they doing here? Man! You know, it's kind of cool to hear the dogs barking during this. It's like I'm inside the Japanese apartment from Part-Time UFO, and then you hear the doggies. It's ambient. I'm a prosecutor now, and I hereby judge you guilty of needing sleep, everybody. And I need to drink water. Y'all, did you see the way that badge just landed perfectly? It's been a good one. Hope you had a fun time. Thanks for coming on by, y'all. Yo, everybody. If you want to do the weekly street, more like monthly art prompt, for the month of July, it is Edgeworth uncovering a secret, or somebody uncovering Edgeworth's secret. Reminder, we've got half the month of July left. Get your submissions in. Or if you ever have any other art, post it on the Discord or tweet it at me, and I'll put it up. We've already got some secrets. I like how Kamen Rider... Did you just copy and paste the Edgeworth from the other drawing? I just noticed. They're the same. Hey, wait a minute. Is that the secret, Kamen? Is that the secret? Yeah. But if you need a link to the Discord, let's, links are up in the chat right now, as well to the YouTube channel, the Twitter, all that good stuff. And I'll, I'll leave you to your arts. If you're going to sleep, have a good one and stay clucky, everybody. I'll see you next time. Tomorrow, Ace Attorney Investigations continues. We're about to argue with a little fancy boy over there. He says he's the best, but I think needs to be put to the test. Egg. And yeah, same chicken time, same chicken place, 8 p.m. Pacific. I'll see you there. Yeah.